Good morning, Sassy Fam. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. Today's check-in is for the bi-weekly energies, which is essentially an energetic snapshot of what we might expect over the next week or two. It is a 9-card baseline followed up with some very light clarifiers, oracles, and charms. Like always with the bi-weekly energies, as with any tarot reading, take what resonates, leave what does not. And do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, so they may not resonate at all. I know that's frustrating, but also normal. If that happens, check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. You know, feeling pretty good, guys. Pretty good. Things are feeling steady over here. I can say that we're getting back into a happy, calm space. Hi, Pumpkin. What up? Do you want to come say hi, everybody? Come on. What are you doing? Wait, come on. Come on. Don't be shy. Since when are you shy? Like, when are you ever shy? Come on. Up. There's my good girl. Yeah. That's my pumpkin wumpkitties. Yes, that's my cinnamon. That's my cinnamon baby. That's my good girl. Yeah, I know. Scratch, 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 scratch. She loves a good scratch. We both have allergies right now. We're both sneezing like crazy. In fact, I had started this intro earlier, and I had to stop. I had to switch from contacts to glasses because my eyes were like, stop, just stop, just stop. Get the contacts off. Do it now. So I'm doing some coughing and sneezing and heavy breathing, and so is she. Of course, how fitting is it that my dog would have allergies? I did post on this on Facebook, which, excuse me, which, by the way, I am on Facebook. It's linked in the description box if you're so inclined. But I did mention on Facebook we had a change in the world. The energy shifted dramatically. Ozzy Osbourne, he passed. Of course, huge influence, not just through his music, which is already quite influential, but just he as a person. He's one of those people who, well, he was never really dishonest with who he was. I didn't start cultivating my own music taste and specifically developing my music library until I was about 14, which is when I got my first job. For many of you know, or you heard some of my backstory over the years. It's like, yeah, I worked at an early age. I had to. I did not grow up in a, I guess you could say, economically secure household. And I worked early. I had to. Aside from meeting my own needs, at the age of 14, I had one indulgence. Two indulgences, let's be real. I had two. I was absolutely addicted to 7-Eleven Slurpees. But hey, they were cheap. Okay? And I was 14. It was gonna happen. I was so addicted to those, but that was like my one indulgence, and then music. Part of my very meager salary, I would take a chunk of it, little piece or little chunk of it, put it aside, and save to add to my ever-growing, ever-proud music collection. I'll tell you why. I wanted to hear my own fucking music. That's why. It's like you were either a slave to the radio and you hoped you heard a song you liked. Okay, mostly you didn't. Not for me anyway. So it was like you either plugged into the radio or you had a friend that had a decent amount of music or had access to it better than I did anyway. Because I tell you what, my family, they sure as heck were not into my music interests. I listened to not light shit. One of my first, and in fact, top first 5 albums was absolutely No More Tears. I love that album, so I still do. I can listen to it backwards and forwards and all over again. Love No More Tears. Don't get me wrong, it's not just limited to that. Obviously, he had a wealth, Ozzy had a wealth of work. But that's the one that, oh gosh, I think hits me the most to this day. I think you remember your first 5. I know I do. It was No More Tears, of course, the Crow soundtrack, Alice in Chains album, absolutely. I think you get an idea of my my particular music palette. And then absolutely 9 Inch Nails debut album, which was Pretty Hate Machine. And gosh, I want to say it was Soundgarden. I'm confident it was Soundgarden. Music, when it hits you a certain way, it hits you. When you connect to something, that's just like energy and tarot. When you connect with it and you know it's yours, you just know it's yours. It doesn't matter what it's look like, but do you get it? He managed to raise $190 million at his farewell concert, which happened just weeks ago, before he went out. That means he knew. Rest in peace, Ozzy. No more tears. I'll send him in a treat. I better get on that. She's probably mad at me now. I will see you for the Thursday check-in. Shorts, I'm sure. Surely we are back to that normal space. Shirley Shorts, the Thursday check-in. And I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, what's up? Show me Leo, please. Oh, happy birthday, by the way, of course. What's going on for Leo? Okay. Two of Wands, the Hierophant, the High Priestess. Yeah. Listen to yourself. The Fool, excuse me, Eight of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Very nice. Ten of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Okay, all right. Look, I like your opening. I do. You're showing me some beautiful spiritual concepts here. And you are trying to make decisions from that space of your core beliefs, your higher self, and then also, P.S., your intuitive self. So they're actually working together quite well. And you're listening to yourself, and that's great. Two of Wands, it doesn't seem like much, but it's active. It is active decision-making, actively aware of one's energy, trying to be open towards it, conversing so far with yourself. That's an internal dialogue. But I like what you're talking about, the High Priestess and the Hierophant. Those two are getting along, and it's nice to see that. But somewhere between the discussion I just know involves your core beliefs, higher self, and your intuitive self. I'm not leaning towards commitment just yet. Right now, like I said, this is looking like an internal dialogue. All right? And then there's actual external conversation. The Fool, Eight of Wands, Page of Cups. And it feels good. It feels good to open up, take a risk on some sort of communication outside of you. And it involves some heart space as part of apparently taking the risk in this respect. And I just know that when it happens, it's going to feel so good. Here's the issue. Of course, there's issue because we're humans, okay? Nobody gets it straight out the gate the first time. And by the way, either you're prompting that communication, okay? And that's this discussion back here, or is coming towards you. Regardless, I want you to listen to yourself, okay? I just see that you seem to be happy to open towards it, to generate it. But here's the issue. Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups. There is a direct avoidance of feeling. And it is direct avoidance. It's like the one thing that needs to be discussed isn't. Okay? That's... don't get me wrong, I'm glad to see that you're opening up, but whatever's happening in this conversation, feelings are being avoided because it's too heavy or too hard. So someone's just like, here's a conversation that I'm super excited about, but here's the conversation. It's going in a circle. That's because we're not getting to the point. Okay? So Ten of Wands, Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups. Perhaps we need a warm-up. But it seems to me there is a lot of nervousness, pressure, specifically pressure, anticipation of pressure around vulnerability. And so we're like, I don't want to do that part. I don't want to do that part. I don't want to do that part. And that's the part that needs to be addressed. Okay? Either by you or them. Two of Wands, the Hierophant, the High Priestess. But I like this dialogue you're having with yourself. It's so nice. It's very considerate. This is what I believe in. This is what I feel to be true. This is my higher self on this particular topic or subject. And all right, what's up? This is what I will say yes to. This is what I'll say no to. So the Hierophant once more represents so many things. But if we were to boil it down, permission. Okay? The permission we give ourselves around our core beliefs. This is a yes or this is a no. This is a yay or this is a nay. Okay, there you go. What's up? Uh-oh. The Knight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. There's that Knight of Cups twice. You're saying this is something that you've been working through. Good for you. Oh, I love that. You're like, I've been working on that very subject. It's taken me a minute. It took me a minute. It took me a minute, but I worked through it. Okay? I was listening to myself. That's why it took a minute. And good job. You're striking a balance between what you feel and how it's going to be expressed, particularly how you would work through your feelings and how you experience them and how possibly that can be conveyed in this conversation. So good for you. You've really been working on the vulnerability thing. You have, and that's wonderful. Emotional expression overall. And that was quite the process. It was quite the investment. Just like I'm working on it. I've been working on it, and I feel good. I feel good about my feelings and how I would express them and how I would invest in them because I understand I'm investing in myself. And it's good. I love it. I love it. You know, I'm not saying that as work as in monetary work. It could be, but I think you're showing me your process, which has largely been internal, referencing against your belief systems and intuitively what you're experiencing as well. But yeah, just FYI. It's like I feel what I feel and I'm in touch with that. And I put in the work. I put in the work to understand my feelings. Good job. All right, the Fool. Ace of Wands. Page of Cups. The Star. The Queen of Wands. And the Magician. Ooh, this one's got some flavor on it, doesn't it? I like it when people aren't afraid of flavors. They actually use spices or actually know how to use them. It's very nice. Gives it so much more, like I said, flavor. There's a lot of flavor in there. Lots of it. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a reason why you want to open up, take a risk. That's not random. And there's a reason why you've been working on your feelings. I love it. Good job. Good work. I love this. You did it in such a beautiful way. I don't know that was a plan necessarily, but you're like, right, these two parts of myself are super important to me. My Hierophant and my High Priestess, they're going to be BFFs for a while. And so they were. And good. Between your belief systems and what you feel, you figured it out. It's great. I'll tell you, I don't get to see stuff like this too often. That's actual direct work on the inside that's going outwards. I love that. That is wonderful. Anyway, sorry, the Fool. Yeah, so there's the communication. You're so excited. And the Star, the Queen of Wands, the Magician. I have to tell you, even though your particular signature's here, whatever this is you're communicating with, it feels good on both sides. Okay? Whomever. It does feel good on both sides. It's important to you both. So whoever's on the other side of that conversation, it's important to you both. The Star, Queen of Wands, the Magician. I don't know if in some way you both have been manifesting this or you share a desire. I know you feel very strongly about it. I don't blame you for being the Fool. It's like it took a lot for me to be here and open up, but here I am. No takesy backsies. And I love it. I love it. No regrets on that one. It feels like it's warmly received on the other side. It really does. So what the hell is that? 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords, and the King of Cups. I'm sorry, not the Knight. Excuse me. Knight of Cups. Things a little different when you read upside down. Literally. All right. 10 of Wands, 7 of Swords. Knight of Cups. Page of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, the Chariot. Okay. Persistence. It frustrates you. But the feelings on this one are hard to tease out or to coax out. I don't know why. I stand by my original interpretation. This warmly receives you. It does. I feel the glow on the other side of that phone, the other side of that email the other side of that something, it feels so good. But when it's time to kind of get to the point, as I said, someone here is pushing against sharing feelings. I don't know if it's a trust thing. You're saying you've done the work. I believe you. You're saying you know what to say and when to say it and how to say it because of what you feel. You don't shy away from what you feel. You put a lot of work into that and you're quite proud of it, and you should. You're showing me emotional honesty and the willingness to back it up. You feel what you feel, and I love it when people... It's not even bold, honey. That's not even bold. It's just... It's the proof. It's the proof of you that you're comfortable with. And I love that you... I do believe it's you who steps into the communication, like generates it. I do. And it is warmly received. All this was for a reason. Okay. And I'm not saying it's completely lost. I'm saying there's fear on the other side to open up in that way. There's real hesitation on the other side to open up in that way. Here's the glow and the warmth and the... Oh. And then after that, when we really want to get into it, I see someone clam up. It's hard when they're saying it's hard for me to be vulnerable, to emotionally express myself, to trust it. It frustrates you, but I see you persisting. Page of Pentacles, Five of Wands, the Chariot. It's kind of like I put in the work. I've done it. They can too. I know they can. Okay, I don't disagree with you. I see you persisting. I do. It's kind of like saying, open up to me. I know this is hard. This is frustrating. I know, but will you open up to me, please? But again, you get to choose your own level of participation. Some of you persist. I think gently but firmly persist. Come on. Give me more to work with. I don't think you're full out arguing with them, no. You are frustrated, but for some reason it's almost like you see it as a reasonable situation or a reasonable reaction. It is hard. It is hard. It's hard when one person's ready to open up and say something of meaning and significance, and you feel the hesitation coming from after the initial glow, you feel the hesitation intensely coming from the other side, pulling away, shying away. I don't know if I can go there. You did, and thank you. I don't know if I can. So there's something here about, there's weight around this person's heart. It's not shy. It looks like trepidation. Okay? So you got to figure out if that's something that you want to continue. You're saying you do. You're saying it's worth it to you to push a little bit more. Come on. Give me a little more here. Work with me here, please. I'd like to move this forward or past this part or past this piece or past this frustration. I want to move this dialogue past this roadblock. Come on. We can do it. Kind of like that. So it's a gentle persistence. It's not too loud. But again, know your limits. General rule of thumb, if it's returned to you, or eventually it is returned to you, and it's even, more or less that you understand it's even, then great. That's wonderful. But if it's not returned to you at all, if it's just all resistance all the time and you're not seeing any progress, then you have your answer, okay? But I am glad that you did some wonderful things in there. I hope it responds to you. Yeah, responds, I mean, in the way that you need. Okay? You're looking for that vulnerability. You're looking for that particular flavor to be returned to you. Okay? Reflect on your priorities last quarter moon in Aquarius, understanding how this is important to you. And that's what you've been doing. Oh, yes. Priorities, what's important to me. This is what I believe in. This is what I feel. So you might have some very strong Aquarius in your chart. Yes, I see that. It is an important conversation. I know. I see how it starts. It's with warmth, smiles. And it's like you both glow from the initial exchange. And then after that, when it's time to get closer and closer to the point, I see someone's defenses go up. And you're like, I understand it's hard. Can you hang out there with me? We will get past this. Okay. So I see you kind of being the driver, but a polite driver. Okay. All right. Good job. But again, know your limits. It needs to be worth it to you, but it looks like you already had that conversation with yourself. Okay. Y, H, and L. All right, Leo, honey, I hope this helps you. Good reading. Take care. Be well. Sag, what's up? Show me Sagittarius, please. What's going on for Saggy? Okay. Oh, death, the lovers. Oh, honey, no. Justice. Well, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that. Damn, it's hard to see that, though. Six of Swords. I got you. Strength. I bet. I bet. Okay. You have my sympathies. Right away, you have my sympathies, okay? Five of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. You give it time. It's just, give it time, please. It's so fresh. Now, that ending may not be fresh, but you processing it completely and with a certain level of finality, yes. So regardless if that's a new ending or an old one, it seems like it's we're completely done processing it, but this piece down here, that needs more time. I understand that's where your mind went and that's where your heart might go, but you need more time. Death, the Lovers, Justice. Oh my gosh. This is the kind of classic lovers situation where it was a very strong connection. I see that, but it would not transform. Did you want it to? Oh, I'm sure you wanted it to. But it cannot transform under one person's will. It does take two, literally. It takes two. And that's the biggest challenge of the lovers of all. It's easy to feel it for a season, but if you want to keep it forever, it has to be chosen repeatedly in very complex and challenging ways. And that's where the transformation takes effect, or it's supposed to. And that didn't happen. So do I want to see a transformed lover situation where you two get to embrace each other forever and ever? Absolutely. But that didn't happen with this one. It taught you a lot about karma, balance, justice, spiritual, technical, legal, all that. It taught you so much. And it also taught you inherently why you can't keep it, or you're not supposed to. Because as much as we wanted to balance this, as much as we wanted to be karmically correct, in some way it wasn't. And that's why it had to part. Okay? It wasn't correct, and it wasn't going to line up that way as much as we might have wanted it to. So again, if that's a fresh ending or an old one, the point is like it's clicking with you now. Spiritually, what happened there? Okay. Okay. Who knows? Sometimes the lover story is never really done. But for now, it is. And I know so because of you. Six of Swords, Strength, and the Six of Pentacles. I have to be strong and move away from this. I have to. I gotta be strong. Move away from this. Gotta let it go. And I need to be at peace with it. I'm not telling you have to be at peace. You're telling me you want to be at peace with this subject. And you're doing that via forms of strength, pride, discipline, and the kind of mental practice of letting it go. Six of Swords is a mental practice. Gotta let this go, let this go. For some of you, it's literally to move away, seeking new shores physically, but for most people, it's just a mental process of letting it go, letting it go, letting it be at peace with it, be at peace, be at peace. Calm waters on this one. And that takes strength of will. I understand that. Five of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Two of Swords. This frustration in your heart, Two of Swords, questions about your heart space. Will you be ready to give and receive love. Of course you will, but you're frustrated, you're angry, and in many respects, the power of this connection is such it might still be pulling on your heart, and you get angry about that. Like, come back over here, Sag, and you're like, I can't. There's a lot more healing that needs to take place, lessons, insight, etc., before your heart leaves the subject alone. Mentally, you seem to be prepared to let this go. Spiritually, you seem to be prepared to let this go. Emotions are different, a little different. Okay, that's going to take a little more time. And like I said, there's no doubt the strength of this is such as that it occasionally pulls on your heartstrings, and you struggle with that. You struggle with it, or perhaps the connection of itself isn't quite done pulling on you in real world, and that's going to aggravate you all over again. But eventually your heart will come to peace with this, I have no doubt. Death, the Lovers, Justice. We'll see. We'll see, because that Five of Wands in this context is looking to me like an internal conflict around your heart, its availability and how you still feel things, and etc. That's normal. But it could also be external. So we'll take a look. All right. Death, the Lovers, Justice. Your heart space kind of looks like it's undergoing a kind of tug of war right there. The Moon. Ten of Wands, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, see, you know, you knew. But it was like moon knowledge. He's like, yeah, I do, but I wasn't trying to deal with it. Ten of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. It's like, oh, yeah, no, I felt the weight of this, and I tried to ignore it. And I felt the break coming, and I tried to ignore it. And I was, up until the last moment that I could, Christina, I was advocating transformation, because it was kind of like the inevitable was back there. But eventually what was cooking underneath the surface, under the depths, under the moon, okay, eventually broke forward, or came forward, okay. But yeah, no, that's a lot of heaviness there, and the truth of it. You know what, if this thing was correct, if it was going to line up, I wouldn't feel threatened by its breaking all the time. I would feel at peace or calm with my lover, or correct with my lover, but I never feel correct with them. Strongly tied to them as I am, I never feel correct with them. You know? This never feels correct. So that's, it felt like a threat building up in the background there. But it wasn't a threat, it was the truth. You know, the moon has a way of obscuring things and pushing things deep into the waters, the ocean. But even the stuff in the very bottom of the ocean occasionally gets churned upwards and breaks surface. Okay. You were both, to some extent, I'm not doing them, are they? But you both, to some extent, given the Lovers and Justices here, you both kind of felt the inevitable direction this was taking. One or both of you was just not willing to change or transform to keep the connection. But above all, there was a sense of, this is not even. And it kind of plagued you both. Okay? But just FYI. FYI. Okay. So, that to me then does not look like a fresh ending. That looks like something we've been processing. And we get it now. We see it now, right? We see it now. Six of Swords, Strength, Six of Pentacles. Yeah. It's going to take strength of will and a certain amount of mental effort to continue to leave this behind. I understand. I really do. What's up? Ace of Cups, the Nine of Cups, and the Three of Wands. You look forward to love one day. I know. I kind of figured that with the kind of turmoil that's knocking around in your heart. about that sense of preparedness and readiness and fight being there and confused. Will that ever be the case? Oh, yeah, it's absolutely going to be the case. You look forward to new love on the horizon, literally. But you also acknowledge simultaneously it takes effort to leave this behind. And you're saying one day, mind you. You're clearly saying one day, not tomorrow, probably not next week. Maybe in time. I don't know when that time is to you. Three of Wands is different for everybody. But you're saying in time, you look forward to being in love, like properly in love. But in a way that's a lot more satisfying to one's standards of wish fulfillment of love. I want to be loved for me, and I want to love myself in the process of being in love. It's like one day. I know, honey. One day. Yeah, absolutely. So even while you continue to use your will to push you in a direction, okay? You also understand, on the other side of that, what you get to look forward to is love, a good love, a healthy love. Something that's more reflective of you and the self, okay? Yeah, a healthy, simple love, okay? It's there. It's in the back of your energies. And you're saying, in time. Just give me time. I got to keep leaving this behind, though. And so you do. 5 of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the 2 of Swords. But yes, maintain your balances. Continue to move in that direction of your balances. This is the stuff that works for you. These are priorities. This is the stuff that actually functions. Continue on in that direction while you leave this behind. Again, this was anti-function, but in a large-scale way, spiritual. As you continue to push that away or push away from that shore, you continue to enter more and more into the stuff that does work, 6 of Pentacles. So when you do that, you acknowledge in some way, at least your spirit does, is that you're heading in the direction of new love. You will. You will have it. Oh, I know you will. 5 of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the 2 of Swords. Four of Pentacles, the 3 that's so it's not just you. Okay, so it's not just an internal argument. Why isn't my heart over them? Part of that's there, don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid, honey. I can see how deeply entangled in this you were. But to be clear, even you, like, I look forward to love that's healthy for me and a reflection of me and my personable self. Good. I love that for you. That's fantastic. But you said not yet. And then I see your heart getting restless and uncertain, and I'm like, okay, is there still some work to do in there? Are you still aching for what you left behind, or is it being prompted? With the 5 of Wands, that can be an internal conflict or external. You know, it's times like this, I wish I could just tell people, leave them alone, for God's sakes. Didn't you do enough damage? 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles. And by that I mean damage was caused on both sides. You had a part to play in that too. Like I said, classically in this scenario, 1 or 2 people refused to change in order to keep what so deeply impacted them, or drew them, or taught them so much about themselves. Okay? So while you recognize it to some extent, this needs to be done then, because it's never gonna. So you acknowledge the moon at some point, and it looks like whoever they are didn't quite come to terms with it. They felt it, but they didn't come to terms with it. My point is that 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. Expect some holding on communication, the kind of shit that's really small, easy to dismiss. That's what it looks like to me. And I'm not trying, it's the way to re-engage you, okay? It's a way to re-engage you, and you damn well know it. It has no real substance. 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, but it shows up. It doesn't give you anything new to work with, so you have no reason for it to have any more sense of change or any more hope attached to it. But it's there, technically. Again, it's a way to re-engage you or prompt you with putting very little into it. Okay? And that's why you're pissed off. It's like, why won't you just leave me alone? I set sail from you, and it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. And if you had any common sense, you would have known that, because you should have been trying to leave this behind too. So it hurts. It hurts you. You know what? We all have free will. I will emphasize that indefinitely. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You don't have to respond. But if you do, I want you to know who you are. Speak from the mind, speak from the heart, or don't speak at all, you know, but just be honest. Even if it's, dear so-and-so, you, sincerely sad. I don't know, but they experience some of this too. They have, I don't see anything more revealing, honey. I don't want to give you false hope. I'm not saying love. I'm saying, here's a peace offering. Here's a way to bridge the gap or make amends. It gives nothing away. And that's why you're mad. You know what this is fishing. It's just, hey, wanted to see if, without actually asking you if you change your mind real quick, because I was impacted and I miss you too. But I can't say that. But something that implies a sort of jovial friendship, maybe? We get the ball rolling, right? You still got feelings, right? Right? I'm sorry. And even if it is something so bold as can't we still be friends, again, you're big sad, you get to figure it out for yourself. But given what I've seen here, no, because it will never be friends. And I just had this discussion with Scorpio, who had a very intense in-depth. You know, the word friendship is a nail in the coffin for the lovers when used over and over again. Starting out as friends is one thing, but if that's where it stays, then that's where it stays. But yeah, no, it's up to you. Again, if you choose to respond, because you're showing me so much conflict mentally and emotionally over that, and I am so sorry you received it, and just for it to upset you and hurt you. But again, you know what? You're that person who told yourself, I left this behind, I left this behind. If you did it once, you did it twice, you did it 3 times, what's 4 or 5 more times? Reinforcement, anyway. It sucks, honey, because when people get communication like that, they have all the hope in it. Oh, they're going to say they love me, or they're sorry, or they're looking for forgiveness, or I understand the mistake. I realized I was an idiot. I realized I was a dum-dum. I shouldn't have let you go. I should have been willing to change. And that doesn't happen. It's just, hey, just thought I'd check in with you about this, that, and the other. It's the end of a cycle. You don't have to participate in that anymore. Okay? All right. Let's move it on. I think you got it. I know you do. Be real. Full moon in Aquarius. You got something on your mind, say it. If you have nothing on your mind that you want to share with them, you don't owe them that either. You owe yourself. You owe yourself whatever's right for you. That's what you owe yourself. Okay? All right. Be real. PBIQ, we have the medallion of Taurus as well as Pisces. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to other seasons, might be important to you. All right, Saggy, honey, I do hope this helped you. Remember the powers within you, okay? Not that communication that looks like some sort of sad compromise. It's the powers within you. All right, I hope this helped. Take care. Be well. Aries, what's up? Show me Aries, please. Okay. 2 of Swords, 10 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, the Empress, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, Page of Swords, King of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah. The opening's pretty rough. You're confused and in pain about something. Okay. That's fair. That's an easy call. Lots of confusion, lots of pain, disappointment. It's like, what am I supposed to do with this investment then? Page of Pentacles, it's not taking. Something here's not taking, and it confuses me. Why isn't it being taken? It hurts. It hurts. The Empress, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. It looks like in some way we're going to make direct contact. I have 2 figures here. Someone is moving in the direction of the other. The Empress and the 9 of Pentacles. Either way, they kind of both speak to empowerment. comfort with the self and what one is capable of doing. So they have those elements in common for sure. But it's kind of like, you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hand. Somebody is. Page of Swords, King of Cups, Eight of Wands. You know what? Someone here is taking a minute to warm up from the heart, but when that happens, communication flows better. All right? So I don't know who needed the warm-up, but they went from like 0 to 60. Page of Swords to the King of Cups. It went from very small insight and reflection to, oh, okay, all right, let me talk from the heart then. So that's interesting. That's interesting. That was a quick turnaround. Okay. All right. What's going on? Two of Swords, Ten of Swords, Page of Pentacles. It's like what we are initially trying here isn't working, it's not taking, and there's confusion over that. Little guy, Page of Pentacles, not a lot. But we're hurt and or disappointed or confused why it's not being taken. Okay. Okay. Knight of Wands. Three of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Oh, somebody put themselves forward. Either you or whoever else is in here. There's clearly two at this point. Once more, this is not a yours and theirs. I am trying to concentrate on you. But yes, clearly there's two energies in here today. Okay, that's it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's intimate. It kind of feels that way. But again, I read the cards. I read what's here, not what isn't. Okay? So if you're frustrated, it's like, I don't want to be here for this. Okay, fine, cool. I understand. Check your placements. No big deal. Knight of Wands, Three of Cups, King of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody put themselves forward, but in a very small way. And there was a lot of energy behind it. It felt like a practical thing. King of Pentacles, practically speaking, this is how I should start something. Page of Pentacles. The thing is, it got rejected or it's deflected. Something here got lost in translation, but it resulted in somebody here being confused and in pain. Why isn't my Page of Pentacles being taken? Because there's energy behind it. Three Cups, Knight of Wands. That's lovely. That's bright. That's vivacious. It's coming across, though, as sexy fun. And there's nothing wrong with sexy fun. That's what we were hoping for. Somebody was kind of hoping to get that energy going. Some sexy fun. Let's connect. Hey, this could be good for a laugh. I feel good about this. I feel positive about this. I feel bright about this. And, whoever was on the receiving end of that, you or them, they didn't feel the same way. It's like that's a Page of Pentacles I can do without, or it's not doing anything to stir my pot. No interest here. And that's what it feels like. It felt like, what's the interest level here? How are we gauging this? And because the Page of Pentacles is such a low investment, but to cause so much disappointment and confusion, well, it's like, well, what's the expectation behind it then? Because the less you give, typically what happens is that you also get the same amount of results. So it's either going to speak equal to or even less than. So I don't know. The expectations here seem to be way off. The energy is quite high, vibrant, fun, but the reality of what was presented doesn't match that at all. It was next to nothing. So I don't quite know, but I would just say whatever happened there, expectations need to be managed, or somebody needed to give more. Because it seems like we were trying to generate a lot of happy, fun, positive activity over next to nothing. And I get the disappointment that Page of Pentacles didn't take. Well, so little was put into it. So what were we expecting? I don't quite know. Okay, but let's move on. I'm curious. Okay, what the heck is going on? I don't think I've ever seen so much confusion and hurt over a Page of Pentacles. I was really hoping for this. Well, it wasn't invested in properly. The Empress, Knight of Pentacles. I don't know. The Empress, Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. And then there's some energy here that says, well, let's just go direct. Okay. The message seems to be a little bigger. This time, so perhaps a little bit more to the point. I don't know. There seems to be more robust effort and or energy right here. What's going on? The Empress, Knights of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. It's like, honey, you want me to make you a meal, but you're giving me saltine and crackers. Now, I know that for some people, that's quite the snack. But don't expect like a 7-course meal off a snack. I can only work so many miracles there. Okay, the Empress, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Two of Cups, Judgment, 4 of Wands. That's better. That's what I'm saying. We gotta up the stake. I really don't know who is who. I would honestly tell you, if you're familiar with my work, you would know. I was like, okay, I think this is you, or I think this is them. And I honestly don't know who is who. You might, that tells me then when it's that much crossover, jumping in and out, that tells me you probably both have Aries in your chart. Even if it's like one strong placement, I don't care. There's somehow your two energies are playing off of each other in a very similar way. The Empress, Knights of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. And we clarify that 2 of Cups, Judgment, 4 of Wands. Somebody wakes up. Hallelujah. Ah. My can of sardines and crackers didn't work. How do we fix that? Here's a whole car full of groceries. Work your magic. So now we have more to work with. We have more supplies, honey. You know, you want more. You got to pay for it energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. It says, I'm here, and this is what I'm actually trying to do. I understand you're a chef. Here's a ton of supplies. I don't know. I like food, so I often liken things to food. Anyway, my point is that somebody ups the game, and this was the lesson that needed to take effect with Judgment, 2 of Cups. Well, perhaps we should open up about feelings. And this is some sort of relationship. I don't know how or what the context is. Right now I'm defaulting to a spiritual relationship. There is familiarity here to some extent. You seem to have an idea of each other and what you're able to do. Somebody has a 9 of Pentacles, somebody is the Empress. Someone might be a little bit more on the maternal side, someone might be a little bit more on the independent side, but somewhere between these two energies, they both kind of speak to, like I said, competence and comfort of self. So whoever that is knows they could give more and chose not to until they saw how the offer was rejected. Like, okay, thanks for the crackers. Damn, they insulted too. Cheap. And then, sorry, it's just, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And the expectation of what we were hoping to do was, this is lovely. This is light, but this is not going to be expressed on that little guy. And then we had all this disappointment. Why? Why? It was a Page of Pentacles. Somebody got Page of Pentacles results. There's so much confusion and disappointment, but I wanted this to happen. And now, somebody steps up the game. The Empress, Knight of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Now we're talking language here. We got stuff to work with. Yeah, 2 of Cups, the Judgment, 4 of Wands. So I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't know if it's going to continue to stay in that flow, but I'm happy someone figured it out. It's like, that's why my unsalted crackers were not a success. That's my bad. Well, here's more to work with. 2 of Cups. It's a decision. It's a decision, but it's also based on lessons. Whatever it is that was missing in the magic formula the first time is what we need to do the opposite of, and that's usually a lesson in and of itself. You see why this was unsuccessful? Do the opposite. You'll get better results. And that's really a tone for most lessons, be they big or small or somewhere in between. That's almost always the underlying score. Okay, Page of Swords, King of Cups, 8 of Wands. Now we have someone here who's warming up from the heart. Not much thought was put into it. Could be you, could be them. But somebody's like, what's the reason I didn't take that Page of Pentacles seriously, honey? But I'm feeling things now. This is a Page of Swords with so little insight. It's like, no, we didn't take it seriously. Sorry. There's not enough to work with. You're making me laugh today. You're making it because of the bluntness of the read. It really is. But I like it though, because it's like you can't screw it up. You know, you really can't. It really is Dick and Jane Tarot today. At least for your, and I have no problem with that. Honey, I've been seeing some heavy shit for you guys lately. So while that opening was disappointing, I don't get why though. You put forward a page expecting miracle results. I don't know. Manage expectations. Be more realistic. Up the ante. It needs more. And what's authentic, though? Not false, not blowing something out of proportion, not falsifying our information about thoughts and feelings. The truth, judgment, the truth. That's it, the truth. Based on lessons, Page of Swords, King of Cups, Ace of Wands. They're warming up. Warming up from the heart. Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and the... Oh, see, they... Oh, who is that? Is it you or them? Oh, God, that feels like such a fuck you. But it's because they didn't take it seriously. Oh, man, I feel like somebody just got called out. Oh, man, I got copped on it. They got called out on it. Oh, you see that little guy, Page of Pen? It's like, yeah, I rejected that shit. Look at that. Look at that. It weren't nothing. It weren't nothing. It weren't nothing. Ace of Pentacles, it was easy to reject that. There was nothing in it. Oh, Page of Swords is like, I barely gave it another thought. Honestly, is what this person... I'm not trying to be mean, but yeah. It's, I'm really not. I don't understand. Here's the least amount of effort, and now I'm hurt. No, you get what you pay for. Here's what we wanted to experience. Here was the investment. I want to really enjoy my night out. I expect the best seats, but I'm only willing to pay for nosebleed. It doesn't make sense. It's a contradiction. So maybe it was a feeler, maybe it was a soft feeler, it was a hesitation or something. But yeah, this person knew what they were doing when they rejected it. Is you or them, as somebody. They knew exactly. They didn't think anything of it. It's like, this is not substantial. There's nothing here to work with. And whoever is interpreting that is correct. There was nothing there to work with. Of course, it wasn't taken seriously. King of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Thanks. What else was somebody's... But anyway, but it becomes a lot more fluid, though. I'm not talking about money. It's about what was behind the gesture. This is what it looked like. This is how this person... No. I'm not going to take that seriously. I don't think anything of it. You're trying to get my attention. Get my attention. Come to me direct. And that's... I think somebody figured that out. Somebody figured that out. Oh, good. Yay. I love when people... Gosh. Yeah, I only want it to be worth it. That's the thing. Is it worth it to come forward? Is it worth it to reject? Is it worth it to accept? And you have to know this based on yourself, your own sense of attributes, characteristics, personality, your own lessons, and how you feel about the whole fucking thing. And are we being honest with ourselves about what we're putting out there versus what we're expecting back? And you want more, you got to give more. But we live in this society that suggests, how can I get the most with paying the least? And this was definitely like that, but at the emotional level, like, what? I'm not saying be dishonest. I'm not saying go over the top. I'm not saying love bomb somebody. I'm just like, speak fucking truth. You should know this by now. Judgment. Okay. Anyway, yours was great. Just because it was clear. It was really clear. And it was so caught up, almost like a minute by minute thing. It was like down to the minute. Okay, so this has already happened. Because I'm seeing the disappointment over the rejection. And confusion by it. Why did it hot and cold? Yeah, you step in or step out, homie. You know, none of this compromise shit. How can I give the least amount and get the most in return? That's just not going to work. Commit to it. Commit to the action. Commit to the feeling. Commit to the thought. Come on now. Be brave. Celebration. Winter. For some of you, it's not winter. It's simply transformation. For others of you, this will receive more interaction. Upcoming winter, or perhaps last winter was important. But something here, hot and cold, celebration. Winter, a celebration. That's tricky. Some of you might have some Scorpio in your chart. I did see their card. The celebration of change. Where's that coming from? Perhaps somebody has some news about what happened. They have reason to celebrate, or something came through. last winter, and they've been wanting to share it, and needing a reason to share it, and having an excuse to share it. There was some celebration news last winter or cold season for whoever one of you are, and it wasn't expressed well, wasn't congratulated. It failed. It failed to take. There was a lack of celebration or appreciation for someone's clear success, possibly last winter. And that possibly might be, that's so specific, I'm sorry. But someone failed to recognize something important for someone else last winter. That is so minute, or it seems that way. But there was a lack of recognition over something important for somebody somewhere over last winter, and that kind of affected the dynamic. It's like, you don't get it, you don't understand how important this is, and something like that. Full moon in Leo, go wild. The full moon in Leo will not be for another 6 months. New moon, however, is coming up, and also we are in Leo season. So, full moon in Leo, go wild. Right. Well, I don't know about wild. That looks pretty planned to me. Once someone decides to head in that direction. E, and then we have the medallion of Sag. So you might have some very strong Sag as well as Leo and Scorpio in your chart. Could be connecting to. The season might be important to you. Okay, very good. And perhaps check theirs out. This was very different, but still perhaps check theirs out. Okay. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, what's up? Show me Aquarius, please. All right. The Page of Cups, Temperance, Five of Pentacles. Okay, good job. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Oh, yeah. The Hermit, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Oh, my. Well, you've done a great job, by the way, on that opening. You still have work to do. We all have more work to do, but still, you've done a great job. Page of Cups, Temperance, Five of Pentacles. You know, I don't know how long it took. Temperance equals time. So the time it takes is the time it takes. For some people, it's a short process. For others, it's a long process. I never know. But you've been healing. Something here that broke, hurt, abandonment issues. I don't know. But the point is that you kind of stayed true to your healing practices. You learned a lot. You felt a lot. And you find yourself in a much better place. You do. Today. And you can reflect on that now, and you can see it for yourself. This is not a surprise to you, right? You're telling me. I'm not telling you. You're telling me. So good job. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups. Oh, my. That's fun. That's sexy. Don't quite know if that's a friend you know or if it's a new friend. Is that an old friend or is that a new friend? I don't know. But it's not just any kind of friend. It's a special friend. So, this could be someone who is about to step into your timeline or you theirs, and the initial attraction is obvious. And we want to know if we can build into friendship. Is this going to go somewhere? So it could be brand new. Or this is someone whom you know, and they could be approaching you with feelings. In other words, a pre-existing friend. I don't quite know. We gotta find out. The Hermit, Queen of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. I see you putting a lot of beautiful focus into yourself in future. Particularly that sense of worthiness, self-worth, and what does that mean where your heart space is concerned. Ace of Cups. Investing in love that is worthy of you. Okay? Loving yourself a little more. Okay? On your own terms and in your own way. And feeling good and comfortable with that. So I don't know that you're sharing your heart space, but I do know you are the direct recipient of all your love efforts when you focus on yourself. So you're really taking care of yourself and your needs, your emotional needs and your physical needs in future, regardless of what happens over here. Okay? But you're really putting quality of care, personal care, and love of self forward. And it's like, I am my best investment. I am my best investment. I need to love me first. Excellent. Very good. Okay. Now, is that with this person or on your own? I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to take a look-see. But, hey man, my job is to give you a heads up, and you got a heads up. Page of Cups, Temperance. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, Ace of Wands, the Lovers, the Empress. Well, okay. Ooh, that's a lot. That's a lot to work with. Yeah. Okay, let me check this out real quick. Hold on. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups. I want to figure that out sooner rather than later. That's why. Hold on. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups. Is this the one we're getting over or the one that's coming through? Okay. The Star, you. Three of Cups. The Knight of Swords. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. All right. That's all I wanted to know. I just wanted to get an ID check. Okay. You're doing such a lovely job of healing. Actually, for some time. I think you've made a lot more progress than you know. But because these things stretch out, we're not always aware of it. Eight of Wands, Lovers, Empress. That's coming in soon. Sooner than initially expected. I thought that connection was going to happen over here. I also wanted to get a better idea of what the hell I was looking at. So I have communication coming in from somebody who has very strong ideas about you. How they might be connected to you. With the Lovers and the Empress. Very strong profile of you. Okay? And it's being communicated to you soon. It might have happened by the time this message comes out. But there's a lot in there. Oh boy. Lots of motivation to connect to you. To talk to you. I mean, that motivation is very high. Well, somebody somewhere thinks you're the bee's knees. And you're like, I've just been quiet and healing and minding my own business. I've been working on issues of abandonment and shit like that. It's kind of an intense subject, and you know what? It's taken me a lot to make this much progress, and that's all you showed me. And then I see what looks like very fresh incoming communication. I'm like, is this the one we got over, or is this the upcoming? And that's why I took a moment to clarify further. So this is not the one that we're getting over. This is some incoming communication from a strong energy. Strong connection. And once more, they seem to, they think the world of you, as they should. No, but as they should. You've done some wonderful things in there. You're very attractive, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all that. Eight of Wands, the Lovers, and the Empress. Yeah. The motivation to connect with you is extremely high. Here's how it plays out. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Knight of Cups. The Star, Three of Cups, Knight of Swords. For now, I see you reacting in a way that says positive. I will allow this. And you are showing me, authorizing permission to connect with this. Right now, it's par for course. Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. You authorizing it with the Star, Knight of Swords, is saying that's directly Aquarius saying, I choose to be here and connect with this. However, let's see what we have in common first. Okay, because again, that incoming communication has a pretty high conviction that you are like the end-all be-all. Okay? You're an Empress, you're a divine connection with the Lovers there. I got to talk to you. I got to talk to Aquarius. That's what they're saying. And you're like, I get that. You too, in your way, you do get it. You click with it. Again, I emphasize free will and choice. I'm saying a choice for you, and that is clearly to connect, but with a core principle here that yes, you would like to try. You would. So far, you're kind of impressed with what you've seen in their energy or presentation to you. You're like, I'm open. I'm open to trying. I am. I choose to be here. I'll take action in that direction. Yes, I will connect with you. Yeah, so that's them then, crossing your timeline, opening up to you. But the idea is, what do we have in common, though? Because they're very excited. You're showing me a much more reasonable approach, okay, to try to explore, to open up. And they're like, oh boy, here's my shot. And so I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that level of enthusiasm. You know, I want to romance you. I want to be vulnerable with you. I want to be passionate towards you. But okay. 3 of Pentacles, let's just get to know each other. And you're like, that's right. That's, yes. Okay, I can connect to that. I can agree to that. And you do. You really would like to, but it's manageable. It's not more reasonable. Okay. All right. What happens after that? The Hermit, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, because I see that you love yourself first, and that makes me so happy. And that's part of your healing plan. That was part of your journey as an individual, minus this person and their influence. That was your journey for a long time. And you should love yourself first, and that way you know how to love someone else of your equal or your worth. You know this. Okay? So, no matter what, whether you continue to connect with this person or anything else, understand that it's coming from a good place in you. And if it's not, don't connect with it. If it is, keep on keeping on. But this is how you love yourself first. Know your own worth, quality. You're showing me emphasis on reality. This is who I am. Priorities. This is what I understand about myself. This person's showing me I'm really into Aquarius, like a lot. Okay. It's a lot. It's not like obsessive, but it's intensely felt. Okay. Okay. The Hermit, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Love yourself, know your worth, and you'll never have to question what you deserve. Okay? If it doesn't connect, it doesn't connect. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If you're not interested, you're not interested. You don't have to force yourself to play along with anything you don't want to. Okay? But for now, you're like, yeah, I'll give it a whirl. All right. 9 of Swords, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles. There you go. Yeah, I like that because you're kind of roughly showing me what I just said. If you have to stress about it, worry about it, then you know what to do. Take comfort in who you are. I see you keeping yourself open to connecting to this so long as it feels right. And that's the only kind of condition you're showing me. But your default method from this point forward is to love yourself first. And then you will never have to question what you're connecting to. I agree. So right now you're connecting to this because you understand it's worth your time. Because it makes you feel good, but in a good way, in a healthy way. And you are agreeing to connect to this, and gladly. And that will continue so long as you understand that it's right for you. That it's a good connection, or it's shaping up in that way. But yeah, this is something that you had to overcome. 9 of Swords, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles there. Again, getting more confrontational with yourself about what it is you're worthy of. And that can be a very uncomfortable dialogue for people. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is what that looks like. I allowed myself to be invested in that. I allowed myself to commit to that. I allowed myself to be attracted to that. I showed my love to that. That's what, yeah. And that's where we have to come to terms with ourselves. Numero uno, me, myself, and I. Choices. And how do they directly reflect what we think of ourselves? That's very uncomfortable. So you've done a lot of good work. I gave you credit for that right there in the opening. And I will continue to give you that credit. Give yourself that credit. Okay? But yeah, so long as you feel that you've been connected to anything, I don't care who, is a good representation of how you would love yourself, then you're going to be all right. You're going to be aces, baby. Okay? I'll tell you what, that hair just keeps wanting to get in my face. Hairspray be damned. Okay? It's just... my hair is a lot like me, defiant. Yeah, but no, good job. So keep on keeping on. If it works for you and you know it's good, then keep on, right? Yeah, good. No absolutes on that one. That's still open-ended, and I can see why you want to explore it. To receive energy like that from somebody, ooh. But I like how you have a very realistic approach. Yeah, I'm willing to try it. And if it feels good to me and you for yourself, then we'll keep on. And dazed and confused. Oh, dazed and confused. Pray tell why. Dazed and confused why. Oh. Taste for separation, secret admirer, dazed and confused. Your days of chasing are over. You're saying that's one of the reasons why you had to cause or have been part of separations in the past, and chasing directly speaks to if you identify with the chasing or avoiding. Either way, they both speak back to fears of abandonment and having to overcome that, and you're saying you spent a lot of time in your past chasing stuff that wasn't for you, and that, again, was coming from a space of not understanding your self-worth and being freaked out by it. I understand. Dazed and confused, though, I didn't think that was you, and as far as I can tell, it's not. Dazed and confused, like secret admirer. This person's a little dizzy, a little bit, at the idea of you, the connection to you. It confuses them. It came forward. It looks like it came forward beautifully. Very strongly, though. So, dazed and confused by how much they admire you. Dazed and confused by how much they seem to feel for you straight out the gate. They just know that they got to open towards it or try to make themselves available to you. But yeah, I didn't feel like that was... It could be Earth, dazed and confused. It doesn't have to be, but it's like, man, I'm confused myself by the intensity of how I'm attracted to you or feel compelled to come towards you. Okay. But it's like, to be clear, though, for you, your days of chasing and that being the form of separation is over. Full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve. There you go. You got a grip on who you are. You have a grip on who you are now. I was trying to complete that thought. All right, for some of you, this proceeded right towards the end of Cancer season, or it's about to. Oh, we have your medallion. Yay! Aquarius, you might be double, triple, quad, or perhaps some of you, Aquarius might be an obscure placement in your chart. I don't quite know. But yeah, there you are. And then we have the letters G, T, O, two G's. Two G's, P, T, and O. Okay, Aquarius, honey. I hope this helped you. Congratulations again. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, what's up? Show me Gemini, please. Your superpower, your power card, I should say, made a strong appearance in Aquarius's reading, so just in case. Just in case. Check those out if you have Aquarius in your chart. Okay? Maybe. I don't know. Do what you want. That's what timestamps are for, right? What's going on? Show me, Gemini, please. Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the Lovers. I knew you were going to show me that. I was like, you're going to show me your power card, possibly for different reasons, yeah. Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Lovers, you. Okay, Eight of Cups, the World. I got you, baby. Three of Wands, I got you. So if you don't want to hear it, you've been there, you've done that, you know what to do. Bye. I'll see you on your other placements, or I'll catch you on the next one. I knew... The Gemini Collective, you're in various stages of showing me something's closing out. And then sometimes I think I saw something for you completely different not too long ago. But yeah, this is still wrapping. It's still wrapping, and that's life. That's energy. Not everything's so cut and dry. Sometimes it takes weeks, months, seasons, or years. You know, but when the collective shifts and moves through something, I see it. When it's done, it's done. And when somebody's opening, it's opening. I see that too. And do keep in mind, the world is here. I know you know that this chapter is closed. But you also seem to be aware that one day a door's going to open. One day. Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the Lovers. Honey, I know. You've been holding on to that for so long. It's like you don't even know why. And I know you're part of it, right? That is your power card. But yeah, you're saying you're confused. Why have I held on to this long? Because it impacted you in some way. deeply. You know? But yeah, that's why. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out. That's why we hold on to anything. Now, typically, people will hold on to all sorts of shit, and it seems like no reason, but it means something to them. You actually have very strong reason to. A connection meant a lot to you. Okay? Eight of Cups, the World, and Three of Wands, and there it is. I acknowledge this is over. I walk away from this completely. For some of you, emotionally, allowing yourself to let it go. Close it out. Okay? You know that. But then also there's this idea of patience, time. I'm not saying you're waiting. It's kind of like, I know there's other things for me out there on that horizon. So, that is purposeful waiting, not useless waiting. It's what you might call reasonable, given what I've just seen. I know that door's closing, or it's closed. I get it. But I also know to look forward to other things, and you're not wrong. Seven of Pentacles, Six of Cups, King of Wands. Like I said, you're not wrong. At some point, you start building into something quite well. It has the familiarity of a soul bond, but it's in the future position. So that could be a soul bond you have yet to meet, or it's one that you reestablish in some way, your pathway with. And it feels good. It feels good. King of Wands, either way, it feels good. So let's take a look at you. Four of Pentacles, Two of Swords, the Lovers. It's hard. It's hard letting go of that strong connection, because guess what? It had a strong impact. Otherwise, what's the point? You know? If you're not going to rock my world, you don't need to be part of it. But that's me. I kind of have that all or nothing mentality. It's Scorpio. But that's me, though. You know? It's like it's either the real deal, go all the way, or your investment's shit, and you're not taking it seriously. It's like, you know, I want it all or nothing. It's hard, guys. It's hard. It's hard. Letting go of those connections. But it's not impossible. It's just really fucking hard. Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. I got you. Yeah, this has been done. You stopped physically contributing to this for a while. What I'm looking for you then is the kind of residual fallout that we might call more mental and emotional. Letting your mind to break from this and allowing your emotions to completely detach. You're just saying you're very comfortable on your own and that you have been for a while. Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. That doesn't freak you out. Good. I'm happy that you showed me that. It's really disheartening when I see people, I have to be attached to someone, I have to be attached to someone. No, you don't. No, you don't. Maybe you should learn how to fill your own shoes before you ask someone else to walk in them. You know, so I'm glad to see that you have no problem operating under your own energy, your own steam, your own can-do attitude. I respect that a great deal. Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. You've worked so hard. You've built up so much. I know if you were able to give more of yourself to this, literally, physically invest in it more, you would have done. But you couldn't. At some point it stopped. You would know the reasons as to why. But they didn't keep a part of you from not holding on to it. Its effects linger. It's going to linger, but it won't always. I promise. Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Man, you are so good on your own. Look at you. You know how to do pathway stuff. You know how to build into your garden. You know how to secure yourself. You know how to invest. All that stuff. But what's been really hard for you to work up into is that Eight of Cups, efficiently, emotionally detaching and letting this go. Okay? But yeah. No, you're on your own. And that doesn't freak you out, like I said. That's not it. All right. Eight of Cups, the World, Three of Wands. This is all after the fact. It's where I find you today in terms of you're starting to see it for yourself a little more. I am letting this go from the heart. I've been on my own. That's not the issue. You're seeing it for yourself. You're recognizing it in yourself, and that's good. That's good. That's a good thing. That's a huge accomplishment for some people, is to let it go from the heart. Real world, it's already happened. And you can spiritually and mentally disentangle from people too. But for some of us, the heart is the last thing to go. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Okay. Yeah, there it is. I hate that. This is something that you're familiar with. You knew this was going to catch up to you. That feeling of sadness. Okay, this is really done then. I got it. Yeah, it's really done. It's really done now. See, that is a good thing, right? Eventually you will. But this is really done. For reals, it's done. I did the physical part. I've done this, I've done that, but this is the last piece to go. It's happening, huh? Don't be surprised if you have some last-minute freakouts. You knew to expect this. Okay? Oh, it's really done now. And it's that comfort piece that allows us to hold on with the Four of Pentacles. At least I have this. It's like, no, that has to be done too. I can't continue to feed the past. It's not here with me. Making new memories, allowing for new feeling. I gotta let it go completely. And there's gonna be anxiety in that. Oh my God, this is really happening. I'm fully detaching. I got you. I understand. Allow yourself to feel it, process it, and let it pass. Okay? Don't get lost to the past, because then you'll reinvest in it in some way emotionally. You don't want to do that. Not after all that hard work. Again, I want you to understand that this is cycled out. It's done. And now you can anticipate other things. Okay? Seven of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the King of Wands. And that path, that real world path you're so familiar with, someone joins you. It feels good. It raises your spirits. I see that. Eight of Swords, stuckness. Oh, Four of Swords, healing that. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. I see you bouncing with somebody in future, and it looks, I don't know if that's a new soul bond or one you're familiar with, but at some point, they reincorporate or reabsorb into your, or not reincorporate, but become part of your pathway. And it feels good. It feels right. It feels just about so. You know? It makes you feel good. It makes you feel steady. Appreciated, too. There's something here about the equal division. And it's interesting. Eight of Swords, Four of Swords. This took some reflection on your part to make sure that you wanted to be here with this person. Be like, you know what, as I build into this and they become more and more familiar with my path and I theirs, I want them to be there. I look forward to them being there. It feels comfortable. You find their energy, their presence very, very comforting. It's like you couldn't see it right away. Well, you were healing. Four of Swords, Eight of Swords. You couldn't see it right away, but now it's like you can't imagine them not being there. It's so comfortable. You seem to be, I can't emphasize that word enough. You seem like, I feel like myself when I'm next to this person or near this person, and I like that. It gives you confidence. You don't have to struggle to find feeling, it's just there. It's warm, it's glowy, it's supportive, but it's also consistent. But you couldn't see it at first. Huh. And that's the thing you have to look forward to opening up for you. A thing. Clearly it's a connection. I like how you personally respond to it. It makes you feel steady. But at the same time, passionate. It makes you feel calm, but at the same time aware, present. Okay? Okay. It's separation. Oh, shit. Yes, I see that. And it's a hell of the divine masculine. Some of you are the divine masculine and you triggered that separation. For others of you, you say you separated from your divine masculine. Well, codependent. There might have been some codependency issues here. And devilish energies, toxicity, bound to this for the wrong reasons or choices, as we understand later. Something like that. But we had to fully separate from that. And here we develop a new friendship, but I feel old. They feel like an old soul to me and to you. They keep emphasizing comfort, something here that's equally shared and experienced without that latching effect that is unhealthy in codependent situations. Okay? Be humble. First quarter moon in Leo, which is roughly where we are, at least at this time of this recording. Be humble. First quarter moon in Leo. Some of you have some very strong Leo in your chart. Some of you try to just be present and grateful for what you have, including this experience, as difficult as it was. Okay? I understand. Oh, all medallions. Okay, so I'll have to pull some more. Aquarius, Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, as well as Scorpio. You might have any of these strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to what is being left behind and then also possibly what you're entering in future. Sure. But yeah, could be connecting to other seasons might be important to you. Okay, more. Yay. All right. B-E-Y-G-V-W. I saw the word B and I'm like, where are we going with that B? I guess I just wanted to say be good. It's all right. Anyway, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, what's up? Show me Libra, please. What's going on for Libra? Okay. Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, Two of Wands. Cool. Two of Pentacles, the Empress, Page of Swords. Yeah. All right. Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Oh, as I say, you look fine. What's the problem? Seven of Pentacles. Okay, well, that makes more sense. Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Two. You're taking care of business. That's it. That's all she wrote. I mean, of course, I'll put down some clarifiers. You're showing me I'm busy. I just try to keep myself in the moment. I try to keep myself present, focused. I make decisions from that point of view, and I act on them accordingly. You're like, I tend to my pathway. That's all I know. That's all I want to know right now. It's a healthy sort of busy. It's a healthy sort of emphasis on priorities, and this is what matters, and taking care of business, and trying to remain focused and in the present. You have direction. You have stuff to do. You have goals. It's all related to your pathway. You're on point. 100% on point. Two of Pentacles, the Empress, Page of Swords, and then something puts you topsy-turvy. How do I deal with this shit? Two of Pentacles, the Empress, I don't even know. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do with this. What do I do with this? What do I even do with this? Because whatever it is that you're looking at and you're like, what do I do with this? Typically, I see you know what you're doing. And you're saying, more or less, I have an idea of what my worth is, but this, what the hell is this? What am I supposed to do with this? Okay, Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords, and you're like, no, that's what I'm going to do with it. No. I reject that. I reject that notion. I reject that premise. No. Not this Libra, not today. Three of Swords, Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups. He's like, you won't catch me in a cold day in hell. No. It's like, it's just rejection. You just reject something. And you're saying, that does not please me at all. Okay, we're getting the rough side of Libra today. I mean, I know you have it in you. I know you do. But Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords. Like, I reject that bullshit. No, it does not please me at all. In fact, it hurts. And you're not showing that it hurts, but you know it hurts you. Okay? You're saying that I know it hurts me. This is beneath me. This is not worthy of me. This is not in my self-interest. This is not what I want. Something like that. Okay, what's up? Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, but you busy. I'm tending to my path. I'm on point. When it's time to act, I act. When it's time to communicate, it's time to communicate. When it's time to make decisions, I do all that. I take care of my business. I take care of my world. King of Wands, Knight of Cups, Four of Wands. Happy energies. Happy energy there. Feels good. It feels warm. Feels loving too. Loving and warm. King of Wands, Knight of Cups, Four of Wands. It feels good. Something emotional comes towards you. There's warmth in it. There's love in it. Four of Wands, some sort of relationship energy. While you're out there busy doing what you do. A gesture, an emotional gesture. Sincerity's in it. Emotional sincerity's in it, I believe. Four of Wands. Relationship, as you understand it. You look so busy. You look so functionary, and that's not an accusation. It's just where you are. It's like, I got business to tend to. And then I have an energy that's very emotionally sincere coming towards you. Okay. Two of Pentacles, the Empress, Page of Swords. What's going on? Why does this knock you sideways? Like, what the hell is this? What do I do with this? What do I make of this? Nine of Swords, Ace of Wands, Two of Swords. So much confusion and pain. It's like, why are you offering me this now? Why are you offering this to me now? Why now? Why at all? Where is this coming from? Because again, once more, your default is, I know what I'm doing on any given day. I know what's expected of me, and I meet those expectations. And there's something about this that you're like, why? Why? Why are you showing me this emotional energy now? Why are you showing me this sincerity now? You look very anxious over the subject. Specifically, how do you respond to it? How do you deal with it? What's your obligation, if any? You recognize the energy. You recognize it as more or less being positive and or sincere. Hope-filled. It seems hope-filled. But you're like, this is not what I was expecting. I was not expecting this warmth. I was not expecting this gesture, this try, this emotional expression. It's like, and now that it's here, you can't unsee it. You can't unexperience it, and it causes you a great deal of stress. It's like, this is not what I was expecting from them. Or that situation at all. It's like it completely threw you off your game, what you were doing, how you were experiencing yourself in your life. It's like, this is unexpected warmth. This is unexpected vulnerability. This is unexpected passion. This is unexpected. And now you're like, what do I do with this? Am I caught up in this? Do I have an obligation to respond? No. If you don't, once more you get to choose your level of participation, but that's not going to keep your mind from freaking out, because it's bouncing off in several directions. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Okay, Nine of Cups, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords. Okay. Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I don't see you getting involved. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying you have to reject it. I'm not saying you have to walk away. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with the offer. There's nothing wrong with the energy behind it. You personally don't want to accept it or participate in it. Okay? You're saying, no, this does not please me. And it's almost like they should know that. They should know that. And perhaps you're right, because you took that personally. Don't get me wrong, first, mentally, you're like, what do I do? What do I do with this? It's something about very little insight. We didn't see this coming. You don't know how to react. It took you off guard. You seem to know who this is coming from. What you didn't expect was its conveyance to you. Okay. You ever been in situations like, if I ever hear from so-and-so again, this is how I'm going to tell them off? So whatever it is you got from them, you weren't expecting it, but you're also saying that shouldn't have happened at all. Whatever it is, no matter how positive it is or how dreadful it was, it shouldn't have happened. 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands. They should have known I was going to reject this. It's like, I'm sure it's a perfectly good offer. I'm sure it's a perfectly good gesture. It might even be sincere. But you're like, it's not for me. I'm not going to participate. You know reasons as to why. I think I'm looking at someone who was prepared to reject who or whatever this was. What you didn't expect or what you were not prepared for was what it was expressing to you. But I cannot deny there's absolutely that energy here that says this should have known better. Regardless, should have known better. This is not what I wanted. And it breaks your heart because now you seem to be in this position to reject it further or reject it again, something like that. It might be something that's expressed to you just too little, too late, because typically I don't see that level of anxiety, frustration, anger at having to do something somebody doesn't want to do unless they already knew it was too late. It was a no-go situation. So I don't know what that is to you. I really don't. A spiritual awakening. Your vivid dreams. You've been waking up and having dreams about yourself, what you're doing. Perhaps some of you had an idea this was coming through. A feeling, maybe. You're mad. You're mad at them. You're mad at yourself. You feel like you're having to reject this and that they should have known better than to put it forward. Manifest new love. You don't want anything more from this person. You don't. Okay? You don't want anything more from that person. You want new. They are not new by your definition. So whatever energy it is they're expressing to you, while it looks soft and lovely and sincere, it's like right feelings, wrong person. And you should know better. You should have known better. Something like that. Okay? Maybe you're right. Perhaps those feelings are arriving too little too late, because you're saying typically you know yourself quite well. New moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. Okay. You might have some Pisces in your chart, could be connecting to this seasons might be important to you, but you're trying to attune to your higher self. Once more, Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of choice. You're a big Libra. If you want to connect with this or receive this person's emotions, you can. I already did this one. You can. I'm not saying you know. I'm not Tarot Lady. Can't tell you shit. Honestly, I read what's here. That's it. I can tell you more or less what you know about, maybe the unexpected stuff. Okay, but for the most part, the Libra I'm looking at, you were prepared to reject this person. The context for which it arrived, their emotional expression, that's what threw you off. Okay, and you are angry, yes, and you are frustrated. It's like right feeling, wrong person, or right feeling, wrong time. That shit should have been expressed years ago or something like that. I don't know. But you were adamant. You're saying you know what you're doing. Yes, you went through a whole fucking thing about, do I even respond to this? It threw you off. It really threw you off. But you got past it. You made a decision. You made it declarative, and that's all I care about. Okay? You figured out what you needed to figure out for you. Yeah, if you want to accept this, you can. I can't tell you what to do. I can give you advice. I can tell you what I'm saying, but that's it. H, O, F. We have the infinity loop. You know, the thing about soul bonds and the infinity loop, if it's a healthy one, it feeds back to you appropriately. If it's unhealthy, it does not feed you appropriately. I think you want something that feeds you appropriately on your timeline where it makes sense. I think you want new love, but something that feeds you appropriately when it's time, at the right time. And then we have the medallion of Taurus. Some of you have some very strong Taurus in your chart, could be connecting to, or the seasons might be important to you. Libra is interesting, but I hope it helped. Whatever my opinion is, I just hope it helped. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, what's up? Show me Taurus, please. Okay. 10 of Swords, 4 of Wands, 9 of Swords. The Star, King of Swords, the Chariot. Okay. King of Cups, 6 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, okay. You know, gosh, I see things like that, and I'm like, okay, where's this going? There's only so much a person can take, you know? 10 of Swords, 9 of Swords, that's a lot. To be clear, that's a lot. That's a lot of pain. And once more, 10 of Swords is no guarantee of an ending. But it does tell me once more the indication of pain, and it's getting to that point. Many would say that tipping point. And I can see a 10 of Swords hanging around for a long time, you know? People can live with extraordinary amounts of pain if it means preventing an ending. Sometimes it's really delaying an ending, okay? So it's like, where are we with this one, honey? Because they're showing me 4 of Wands, some sort of relationship here, which, once more, as 2 people define it. So I don't know how that one was defined, but I see where it currently rests. It hurts. It hurts, and you're in your head about it a lot, okay? Like a lot. The Star, King of Swords, Chariot. Wow. Wow, we went from, I'm in my head, I can't stop thinking about this, it hurts me day and night. It's my first thought of the day, it's my last thought of the day, and I'm dreaming about it too, at this point. It's like nonstop mental activity. To, I'm focused. I'm focused now. I understand what I'm trying to do. I understand what I want. I understand what I'm desiring here with the Star. King of Swords, focus, clarity, the Chariot, moving forward. Okay? So you very much got on the same page with you. It's kind of like, okay, well, I'm done with this pain shit. So let's focus. What do I want? And then how do I get it? Okay? Look at all that. Look at that determination. Down here, King of Cups, 6 of Wands, Knight of Cups. You look delighted. You went from firm, almost to the point of intimidating, right? Because I figured my mind out, this is what I'm going to do. Don't try and stop me. So you kind of went from that again, that sort of firm mind. It's almost intimidating energy to, oh, well, no, I'm just... You know, I'm just a big cuddly Taurus that I just needed to get there. So, okay. King of Cups, Six of Wands, Knight of Cups. Oh, you look so much more chill, happy, relaxed, softer. I would even say romantic. I mean, that was a big turnaround for you. It looks great. You look so satisfied of the heart, and in terms of your confidence is up. The Six of Wands, you're getting acknowledgement for who you are as a person and what you're experiencing, and that's beautiful. You're putting yourself out there in beautiful ways. It's great. You're saying, I'm open to giving and receiving love. I'm connected to that. I'm connected to the feeling. And I'm expressing it with the Knight of Cups. It's great. Okay. Okay. All right. What's up? What's going on? Ten of Swords, Four of Wands, Nine of Swords. What is up? Ace of Wands, King of Cups, Three of Wands. I see. So I couldn't tell if that was with you, if it was away from you. I don't know, because it sits in your heart like it's current. That kind of tells me how unresolved that mental anguish and that mental conflict is. Okay, that it still sits with you, even though it seems to be at a distance from you. And you're like, yeah, no, it sits with me day and night, that's right, but it's not actually here. Physically, it's not with you, okay, whatever that relationship is. Yeah, but gosh, the way you think about it, it's like it never left, right? Ace of Wands, King of Cups. Gosh, some of you have big, beautiful hearts in there. Ace of Wands, Three of Wands. It's like, gosh, some of you are quite the romantic, like way down there, deep inside. We haven't lost hope for this. We still kind of long for this energy. We still long for the love of it. And it's like, I want to open up to that in time. So this is where people tend to really hate me, because it's not what they want to hear, and I just don't do that. I don't fuck around with that. I ain't got time for it. So, you know, if this isn't your reading, it's not your reading. This is for the Taurus who needs to hear it. And I don't think you're in denial about it. You didn't show me Five of Swords. You didn't show me Seven of Swords. It's like I hope to have all the big energies, the big love and the passion and the new beginning for this one in time. And Three of Wands, it's just not right now. And that's a very Taurus thing to acknowledge, just so long as you're not waiting uselessly. But I guess, I suppose, differentiating between waiting and anticipating for that sense of feeling to be right or for the timing to be right. Because it's not available to you right now, except the pain of it. Okay? The only thing I would challenge you on is to heal through that a little more. But other than that, your heart is still very much open towards this. You're still hopeful towards it. You're still passionate towards it. You still have a lot of love for this. No matter how painful it got, it still is. Because like I said, it knocks around in there like 24/7. You still bear a great deal of emotion for it. And it's healthy. It's loving. Okay. The Star. King of Swords, the Chariot. Put it this way, if you wanted to get over it, you would have. People say that so dismissively. I'm over it. I'm moving on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's believable. All right. The Star. King of Swords, the Chariot. Do you know who comments I see that the most from? Self-identified cross-watchers is someone they disconnected from 6 years ago. Sounds like you're over it. Meanwhile, I produce more content than people watch. Yeah. I'm familiar with the comments. I know how it goes down. I wish people more healing and more insight. Look at your words. What are you saying? Look at your thoughts. What are you thinking? Your feelings, are you feeling those? The Star, King of... So, that being said, I'm looking at you. Thank you for being honest. Okay. I know it hurts. But you feel what you feel. Frankly, you don't seem to be too shy about it. You're just, honestly, you have such a big heart in there. Okay. The Star, King of Swords, the Chariot. Put it this way, if Taurus wants to throw down the world or death, you will. All right, and okay. Oh, okay. So there's something here that says no friendship. Okay. All right. That's very direct. 3 Pentacles, the world, 8 of Swords. It's something that we're confused about, but you're saying no friendship. Ooh. Okay. Like that's, I want to get very clear about what I want. Very clear. That's the focus. Like I said, it can be a bit intimidating there to identify so strongly, not just our highest hopes and desires, but having absolute clarity around them and then the force of conviction to back it up. You're like, no matter how I proceed, it's like I have one key point, no friendship. Now, what does that mean here? 8 of Swords, because you're saying it's confusing. It's like, I will not allow the confusion of friendship. If it needs to be more, then it needs to be more. If I have a higher desire or drive towards it, then that's what it needs to be. But no compromising on weak friendships. Very clear on that one. Very clear. You're saying it's confusing. Okay? You're not looking for a friend here. You have friends. Taurus has friends. But no more compromised connections that I'm going to call, or we end up calling each other friendship. It's like, I don't want friendship. I have friends. Right? And they're lovely. They're wonderful. But I'm not looking for that. I want a relationship that makes me feel everything and drive towards it. Now, friendships are great, but that's not what you're looking for here. So that's something you got very clear on. If I'm going to drive forward, I need to know what it is that I'm driving towards. You made up on your mind, you made your mind up on that and got really clear. Okay? Yeah, we don't need that kind of energy if we're trying to figure out if somebody's a friend or not. It's, no, you want more from it than that. So much more. And however it is you proceed, whatever you pin your hopes and desires on, it's like, that's just it. I'm not doing the friendship thing. King of Cups, 6 of Wands, Knight of Cups. Well, that's a good choice. All right. And there's that beautiful heart space again. No more muddled, confusing friendships. We're not doing that label. I hear you. Which reminds me, if you have any Scorpio in your chart, check theirs out. I think that was the whole point of their last in-depth, and you're showing me heavy King of Cups here, so you might have some very interesting Scorpio in your chart, even if it's like one critical placement. All right. King of Cups, 6 of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Temperance, Knight of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Man, I don't know what you're connecting with in future, but it's going to feel so good. So good. That Knight of Cups is here twice. You've done some beautiful healing on your emotional expression, particularly your sense of vulnerability. The moment I see you open up in that direction, you're soothed immediately. It feels so good to express yourself. It feels good to be soft. Come see the softer side of Taurus, right? It feels so good. It feels good to be vulnerable. You feel safe. You look secure. You look very emotionally secure, but also simultaneously confident. What I saw back here, what you were longing for, is what you achieve in future. But here's the real kicker. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, it also stabilizes. I don't know what is responding to you, but it's beautiful. It's worthy of you. It's what you deserve. It puts you into so many good places within yourself. And you've done some beautiful work here on self-expression from the heart. allowing yourself to be more open. And because that's the whole thing with the King, Queen of Cups, is that's their gig, is to be open to giving and receiving love. And you've healed yourself about giving, and now it will be your pleasure to receive in future. It's what you wanted from this. Perhaps that's what you're receiving. I know that you still long for that emotionally. I don't know if in future you're getting to respond to this relationship the way that you always wanted to. I don't know if you're opening up to something else altogether. I honestly don't know. But I can say, in all honesty, you are giving freely of yourself, and thus you're receiving your worth. And it stabilizes, and it feels so good. Well, getting clear with oneself helps. You have one particular note. No more sort of confusing or muddied friendships, okay? It's like, I know what I want, and it ain't that. I have friends, thank you. Aim for something higher. Yes. But after that, you're just incredibly soft and open. Open from the heart, and it's being returned to you. You look so vibrant. You look so alive. But stable. Emotionally stable. Feels so good. Emotional consistency, loyalty is showing up, all that good stuff. Life-changing decision to manifest. You got really clear with yourself. Something here that's very unique or key. No compromising friendships that are always kind of muddy in the dark, or they don't progress into something greater. You want something more, you're going to ask for more. Okay? That's it. So I don't know what happens with this story. I can see where you still long for the emotion of it. Maybe this is the relationship you get to experience at last. Minus all the frustration, anxiety, and bullshit. But there's a life-changing decision here, okay? To know what you want. Dang it. I would like to see more. Where are we? Yeah, that's not too bad. Everybody's getting Aquarius' power cards, and that's fine. It's just interesting. Last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. Indeed. So you might have some very interesting Aquarius in your chart, because that is technically, so Scorpio said, and then also Aquarius. These are both their cards. Anyway, in Scorpio, like, okay, so some of you, might be a double, triple, quad fixed sign. Fun. So fun. That would be specifically Aquarius and Scorpio. Full moon in Scorpio. Breathe through the tension. Yes. Breathe through the tension. And reflect on your priorities. What's important to you. Aim yourself accordingly. But you will get through this tension. All right? Two letters. A and T. At. At what? No, okay. I don't know. That either speaks to you or doesn't. Okay, Taurus, I hope this helps you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. There you go. Oh, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Yeah, allergies. Wow, voice just cut out. What is up? What's going on? Vocals don't fail me now. Come on. Show me, Virgo. You know, it's crazy to think in a couple weeks we'll be in your season. What? Yeah. 7 of Cups. And like, as it should be. It should be Virgo season year round. 7 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, keep on keeping on, man. Page of Cups, Ace of Wands, Empress, and then it got a little softer. Okay. Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Huh. It's almost like you're trying to look at a puzzle box. How do I fix this? Okay, well, we'll get to that. It's just your mind went inquisitive shortly after going a little bit on the softer side. Then your mind got like, how do I fix this? Okay. Seven of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you've got stuff going on. You busy. Some of you have more than one role, like jobs and or professions. You managed to stay on top of all of it. Well done. I'm not saying it's easy, but you are well rooted and practiced in whatever this is. So even if it's one role, it's steady as heck, productive. It means a lot to you. It grounds you. It's not just a paycheck to you. It's like a way of life. You can't imagine it any other way, right? The busyness of it all. Even if it's not the job itself, just the busyness of it all. It's like, this is what I do. I love to do this stuff. I like to be involved in this. I like to be involved in that. And you're still open to it. You try to look at things from best options or best case scenarios. There's a sense of responsibility here in terms of good effort and contribution and being considerate. Good stuff. Okay? Lovely, good stuff. And then I see a part of you breaks off just a little bit to contemplate something else outside of your work or your 3D energy. In the Page of Cups, Eight of Wands, the Empress. Somebody here's opening up. It's either you or whomever this is with the Empress. This is someone of importance to us. I'm not saying you're not an Empress. You kind of showed me who you are. You're very important in and of your own right. Don't get me wrong. It's just as someone here we're kind of deeply attached to, or we recognize their importance in some way. Kind of like VIP status, the Emperor and Empress is. We give them that designation of importance, meaning and or significance in our lives. Okay? But yeah, there's some communication there between yourself, I believe, and that person. And then I see you puzzle over something. How do I fix this? Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. You're going to figure it out too. Because it's active. It's an active puzzle box. This is you. So you were given something to work with that suggests, okay, there might be a problem here. It's a little broken. I would like to fix this. Nine of Cups. You've taken this on. You've chosen to look at this problem. How do I fix this? And you're tinkering with it. But yeah, you're going to do something with that. But you're saying you want to. Nine of Cups. It's like, I'm glad you gave me this. I'm going to fix it. Okay, it's different. I'm not saying that in some way you don't have an emotional reaction to it, but you're saying it personally gives you a sense of fulfillment to fix this. Like, it's like, I'm glad you gave me this. I'm glad you told me this. I'm glad you gave me this to work with. I don't quite know. What's up? But let's begin from the beginning. Seven of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Like I said, you're working. You try to keep yourself open, yeah. Try to keep yourself fluid to the experience, flexible specifically. You'd have to. With that kind of function, you'd have to be flexible. You try to meet the needs of others, the role itself, what's needed, what's required. Seven of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. What's up? How do I keep this thing going? Keep it steady. Make it a little more prosperous. What needs pruning? Okay, stuff like that. Two of Swords, Justice, yeah, unknown. What's best? Best practices. Oh, the world. Okay, okay. One of these, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use the word contract. That's what's on the tip of my tongue. Right now, you're showing me try to remain flexible, best practices towards a 7 and 8 of Pentacles. That's quite a bit of 3D energy that stacks up at the end of the day. You're saying that you have a direct hand and a role in its production efforts, what makes this thing healthy or grow, and then also what needs to be pruned off. Currently, you're in a space of pruning some things off. It seems to be at your recommendation, disposal, or interest. It's something here that you say has inconclusive results in terms of its prosperity to what you do, its function to what you do. It has unclear results or mixed results, or it's a poorly performing part of the job or a poorly performing contract, it looks like it's going to get the cut soon. And you're looking at it. This is what you do. This is part of your job, to see what functions, to grow it, and then also to determine what does not function and to let it go. You're doing a little bit of both right now. Are some of you looking at your summer quarter? Well, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the summer. Are some of you looking at your current quarter? What works, what doesn't? Yeah, but no, it's part of your gig. It's part of your responsibility to remain open to what works and then cutting off what doesn't. And that's what you're doing right now. It's, contractually speaking, it's fair. It's part of your job. But also, they know, whatever it is on the other side of that, that situation or person, if they don't live up to the role, they get cut. So something like that. That's where you are right now. Okay. I feel like I'm reading you at work. Like right now, at work. And he's like, I'm looking at something right now. They're underperforming, or that situation, or that contract, or that business is underperforming. They had a good year, they had a not good year, or something like that. Anyway. Good luck to you. I know that kind of decision making, it looks like you're comfortable with it, but it's not easy. It's not easy. All right, moving on. Page of Cups, Eight of Wands, the Empress. I like when people check in, though. I get to see their actual 3D activity. Sometimes it feels like it's live. It's live time. Are you doing that right now at work? Hi. What's going on? Well, I see what's going on. That was stupid. Why did I ask you that? I see what's going on. All right. Page of Cups, Eight of Wands, the Empress. Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, Page of Swords. Ew! That's just the voice I use when it's teasing / okay, I see you. Yeah, I see you. I see you. I see them too. Oh, we got a couple pages knocking around. Yeah. Not like it's knocking boots or anything, but they're knocking around. They're talking. Feeling out each other's prospects, if you will. Yeah. No, and there's some real prospects in there, for real. I don't know how you know this person. I don't know how they crossed your radar. You seem to be familiar with their kind of, I hate to use the word status, but what they do. So I don't know if there's someone you work with or you just think highly of them, even though by all rights they seem to be on your peripheral. You have an idea of who they are. They have an idea of who you are too. It's returned. Okay. Yeah. If you're not a complete mystery to each other, in some way, somehow, you two know each other. It may not be a lot, but it's enough. It's enough to get that conversation going. Soon. Maybe after you're done tidying up your business here, you put that away. And you're like, right, that person. Eight of Wands. Yeah, so here we have it. That page is returned to you. But here's the thing. The whole point of this dialogue is to kind of feel out each other's, potential. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. It looks good. It looks good. I feel, why are you are compartmentalized, aren't you? You are so, this is business. And when I'm done with my business, then I allow myself to kind of go over to the area of personal / pleasure. Okay? I work hard. And then I play second. Actually, this isn't play. That is some very simple communication. But what's in it has a lot of potential. Okay? All right. Queen of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Now, I see you puzzling over something. How can I fix this? What is this? It's almost like, I'm happy to work on this, actually. What's going on? The Emperor, the Star, the Hermit, you. I feel like you were given like a complicated piece of homework, an assignment, if you will. But you're like, I'm glad you gave me this. It's given me a lot to think about. I see you figuring something out. And it feels like it came from this person, because now they're Emperor and Empress. I have a matching suite. You're saying this is actually very important to you. The Hermit, the Star, the Emperor, it gives you something to navigate. They gave you something to work with, to tinker with. Well, you know how that is. Okay, a couple pages knocking around, you got some communication, something's happening, and you know it because that's what you wanted to happen. Okay? And it's like, well, Virgo, I have this problem. I was wondering, maybe you're the one to fix it. I don't know. Do you think you could fix that problem? And you're like, I can absolutely fix that problem. You want to. You want to show off your skills a little bit. You kind of do. I mean, you just whipped out such big energy to approach this fight, which, by the way, your mind was already on it with the Five of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. You're like, I kind of like this. This is a good problem to have. This is, like I said, it looks like a little bit complicated homework. But you're like, I love this. It's like you're so happy they gave this to you. It's like they gave me that. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to be the one that makes their day. Oh, look at you. Look at you. The Hermit, you're showing off. You are showing off, and I'll tell you why. Somewhere in there, you honestly believe this is your equal. You do. You do. I wonder what they give you to fix, because I see you tinkering on it. Like, I was wondering if you could fix this. It seems like you're really good at these things. Do you think you could fix that for me? Yes, I do. I mean, I'll try. I'll give it my best shot, right? It has that vibe. It has that vibe. It has that vibe. I'm not saying they're immature. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying it's a way to get things going, isn't it? It's a way to get to know each other a little more, to exchange some low-level intimacy, but it feels exciting. And also a kind of way to kind of show off who we are, demonstrate who we are, demonstrate our value here specifically. So, it's good. I like it. I like it. I like that you like it. You're like, they gave this to me. This is great. I'm going to work. I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to solve this one. I don't know what it is, but you're so happy. You were so happy that they trusted you with this, or they gave you that. But yeah, that's what the exchange is here. Even though it's aces over a couple pages, it's being conveyed. That's the whole thing between your two's dialogue, as I see it kicks off, understanding the potential. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're understanding each other's potential. It's like, whatever. A new friendship, my ass. Not quite. It's not a new friendship. No. If you want to say friends first, that's cool, but it is not a karmic partner. This I know. It has too much divinity in it. Equal partnership. Perhaps a new alliance is better said. Yes. Vivid dreams. Vivid dreams about this person, its connection. Slow and steady. Okay, let me say that new friendship. I get real nervous when I see that. Should we be ideally friends first? Yes. It should not stop at that particular 3D function, like the Three of Pentacles, because that's when we create problems. This is not a friend. But if we're focusing on friendship first and demonstrating values and building, establishing, or reestablishing communication, okay, fine. That makes perfect sense. But you want more, they do too, but this is not a karmic. No. This is equal stuff. Vivid dreams. Okay, moving on. I just want to make that clear. Okay, step up in lead. New moon in Capricorn. I know you say, well, I can fix that for you. Whatever that is. Oh, that's what's going on? Okay. Well, maybe you toss that man, but maybe I fix it for you. I got the resources for that. I can do that. I don't know what it is, but it's really cute. Yeah, that's something I feel like that would Because I just don't trust people with my work. I don't, because that's just how I am. Okay. I like to do everything myself. So that's how I absolutely would flirt with somebody. I have this thing. I don't know how to fix it. Let's see. What do you think? Yeah. It's cute is my point. It's sweet. I like how it kicks off. I do. We have the letters M, we have P, we have the letters M, P, we have palm hand, which is the sign of spirituality, particularly Taurus. So you might have some Taurus in your chart. Hey, Pumpkin, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. We have the Captain's Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the world combined. Time moves forward always, and sometimes the past comes back to us, catches up to us, but the thing is, doors close, doors open, and sometimes they just cycle. But the point is like doors are closing, doors are opening as we speak, and time moves forward. So use your time wisely. We have the butterfly, time of transformation, Scorpio, that kind of stuff. All right. Again, you might have Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to, or the season might be important to you. Yes, the power energies are here as well, such as Aries and Aquarius and so on and so forth. But I was looking at the medallions here. Okay, Virgo, like I said, I hope this helped. I like yours. Yours was cute. It really was cute. When? It could be any day, honestly. Tomorrow, next couple days, something. Sunday? Okay. I said that for a reason. I don't know why. Sunday. That would be today, wouldn't it? Okay. I hope this helped. Take care. Be well. Capricorn. What's up? Show me Capricorn. Okay. Nine of Cups. The Hanged Man. Two of Pentacles. All right. Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. Yeah. Three of Cups. Four of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? That is a lot better. A lot better reflection of you, I think. Something here in your opening I'm not impressed with, and neither are you. It's not that it's bad. It's confusing. You need to give a lot of thought to this. Something that initially presents as wish fulfillment, maybe it isn't. Two of Pentacles. It doesn't seem like a big deal. It doesn't seem to require too much thought, to be honest. But you need to go upside down about that one. I strongly feel something here makes me happy, but I'm getting mixed results. Two of Pentacles. Okay, so this idea of what it is, or whatever this is. Okay. Situation, place, circumstance, or person. You might feel initially that it makes you happy, that it might personally satisfy you. Then what's with the Two of Pentacles? Let's reevaluate that. It might be that it actually doesn't make you happy. Give a little more thought, right? Two of Pentacles. Because it seems to me with a little bit more time, Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, you'll know the real deal or have access to the real deal when it's time to have access to the real deal. That's more of the real deal right there. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, very loving heart, open to giving and receiving, authentic opportunity, which I know you appreciate as Capricorn. But time, a little more time is needed there. It's like you're trying to force this idea of happiness to fit, but it doesn't seem to fit you very well. This is what would make me happy. Come on, come on, come on. Would it though? Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Seems to me a little more time. A little more time. And then you'll know what real happiness is. You won't have to question it or force it. It'll just exist. Okay. Three of Cups, Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. That's a lot better. In future, By the time this comes through, now Temperance is here on a short reading. What does that mean? I'm looking technically at the next couple of weeks. Temperance says, well, it may not be the next couple of weeks, but I'm happy to see this here for you. I don't give a shit about the timeline. Okay, people are so impatient. They want instant results. No, good things take time to cook. That's what this is. This is you trying to force something that you think should cook and that you'll be happy with it when it's done. Okay, then why is it taking so long? And why do you have to question it so deeply then? Good things also take time. This one feels like you're trying to force it to fit, and you don't need to be there. 3 Cups, 4 of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, that's so much better for you in future. A lot more appreciative of worth, TLC, care, at home too. Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 3 Cups. This thing is growing, it's stabilizing. I see where it's introduced, but it needs more time. And then it starts to connect almost flawlessly. You start to feel nurtured by it sooner rather than later. It starts to stabilize sooner rather than later. You feel more secure with it sooner rather than later. Okay. There's nothing there to toss around. 9 of Cups, the Hanged Man, 2 of Pentacles. What is this? I don't know that it's love or work or what. I was like, this is what's supposed to happen. 10 of Wands, 8 of Cups. Yeah, honey, no, 3. Stop, please. I mean, you get to choose. Tarot Lady can't tell you anything, but you get to choose. My advice to you: stop waiting for this thing to come together. Don't. You have evidence that it's not gonna, and the more you wait for it, the heavier and heavier this gets. And that's. It's like if I just keep trying to force these pieces to connect, I'll eventually get what I want. Stop. Good things take time, but yeah, bad things can take up as much time. You know? I see you trying to force something to come together that just really isn't that good for you. It's probably not even that interesting. Honestly, I do see where it weighs on you. The more you try to bring it together, even in a sort of half-assed way with the 2 of Pentacles, you get more frustrated, impatient, and like, I'm waiting. Don't wait. It's not for you. If it was for you, you wouldn't have to force shit. But you're like, you could make me happy. Where's the evidence? I see it weigh on you to try to make it work. Long periods of waiting. 8 of Cups, walk. Whatever this is, it's not what you think it is. Okay, it's not going to fit the way you want it to fit, and it's not supposed to. It's really not. The stuff that's for us is very rarely what's in our mind is what should be or has to be. It's the stuff that takes time. So I don't even know what the hell that is, but I see where it's like you have your emotionality involved. And why isn't this coming together? I've been waiting so long. Stop waiting. Stop trying to connect it. Okay? It doesn't want to. Just think about 9 of Cups, guys. You have to remember wish fulfillment. It's a smaller representation of the star, if you will. Okay? And what is wish fulfillment? Oh, man. I really would like that piece of pizza. Perfectly reasonable 9 of Cups. Very small, too. Small scale. Makes me happy. Now, spin that in another direction. Man, I could really... I mean, I know I said I quit smoking, but I would really like that smoke. You know, I know that situation or person isn't for me, but I still kind of want it, so... See what I'm saying? That's the 9 of Cups. Negative. And there's a positive 9 of Cups. What we love, okay, should be a reflection of how we love ourselves. There you go. So the way you're putting yourself into that suggests you believe this is for you, but it's not ideally how you would love yourself if you're having to wait for it and trying to keep it or force it together. Okay? That's not self-love. Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Give some time. I don't mean to give you the lecture. It's just, I know you. You have a tendency to persist. And in many ways, that's an advantage. In many ways, it's a pro, but you can also see where it's a con. Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. There you go. That's more like you. I have the Queen of Cups here twice with the Queen of Swords, Temperance, Ace of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Yes, we have two energies here. Reverse them as you see fit. Once more, this is not a yours and theirs reading. However, when there's more than two people on the board, I report them. That's my job. But yeah, no, this is something here is growing beautifully, but it does take time. Yeah, Temperance. It does start out with a brand new beginning, solid. Who offers it, I don't care. It's irrelevant. The point is that it's a better reflection of you, your interests, what it is you're trying to achieve in terms of stability, particularly emotional stability here, emotional growth with focused attention and decision making. These are all the good elements that suggest Capricorn is happy. Okay, and that's something stabilizing before your very eyes, but it took time to arrive. So someone here has a very, very soft heart. Someone here has a very, very strong mind. And between the two of you, you're showing good things take time to grow as well. Slow and steady. Everything feels just right, just so. And we're building a platform into this, learning to be emotionally available to each other, okay? To keep the focus on, well, on the prize. And the prize is you two's connection and your way of life, because there's real 3D energy. The pathway's growing out of something new. That's beautiful. I got two people here who know themselves very well, okay? And that's lovely. It feels very secure, and it looks very secure. It's great, and that connection is very restorative. This is someone who understands you then. Yeah, there you go. They can reflect things on you, about you, that are true and honest and real, and you can do the same for them, and that's what a healthy connection is. Okay, no forcing there. It just exists. But it exists well. Three of Cups, Four of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, as is your way. You prize stability. Okay? Resourcefulness. Keeping it together because you understand in some way it's for you. It's correct for you. Four of Wands, twice. The High Priestess, Knight of Cups. You know this is where your home is. You know where this is where your heart is. This is where your love is. It's not even a question for your future. You see the difference between someone who does not question their feeling or the relationship versus someone who's trying to force something and it's just not happening. And we just need to leave it alone because it's not. I know it feels like it's ours, but it's not. Because if it was ours, we wouldn't have to be doing any of this shit. We wouldn't have to feel weighed down. We wouldn't feel the need or obligation to wait. We would not have to do this. Let me think about the next way to approach this bullshit. No, this is not ours. It's not ours. It feels like it is, but it's misgiving. It's an opportunity for you to learn what is for you. But we get so focused on what's not happening and not working, we kind of forsake who we are as people. We forget that. We lose touch with it by insisting, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. No, it's not. Move on. And it's not till at some point we allow it, even if it's begrudgingly, we allow ourselves to move on, move forward, that we fall. Almost like the next day, a week, a month later, we fall into what is right for us. And it's like, it shouldn't be hard. I shouldn't have to force shit. Yeah, I might have been emotionally attracted to this, but no, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Why did I keep trying? This, you're doing what you already do, plus someone else who is equally competent. Okay, and equally connected to you. You're both invested. And so this is, when I'm telling you, I'm looking at a Capricorn, you look very comfortable in the not too far future where you understand exactly what this is. It is shaping up to your liking. Four of Wands, once more, is a relationship as two people define it. And right now, you two are doing some beautiful defining at the social, emotional level, yes, but also stability. It feels like home. Literally, your heart feels like home. That's what this is. Four of Wands, the High Priestess and the Knight of Cups. This is what feeling at home looks like. It's not just the actual structure, it's a feeling. Okay? That's the difference between walking into, say, a hotel room and walking into a home. Okay. It looks like you were trying to connect to like something distant and unavailable, like I said, just something that's not yours, like a hotel room. And it's not. You needed to connect to home. That's home. Okay. Is that slow and steady? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's your soulmate. Sure. Absolutely. Soulmate, soul bond, it's just someone who understands you. Okay? And I didn't see the Six of Cups. I don't need to. This is one that has yet to be or yet to develop yet. You will understand who they are to you later. Okay? The bond that was meant to be. The deep bond. Ooh, it's nice. It's nice to see when soulmates meet, soul bonds meet. Not everybody believes in that. That's cool. That's why I just say soul bonds, because soulmate seems to say like one. No, you can have several soul bonds in this life. You're looking for the one that's a little bit more intimate that you can claim. Let your fears dissolve. Full moon in Cancer. This past Cancer season might have been important for some of you in terms of letting this go. Stop chaining yourself up to this. Don't worry about it. It's not for you. When it's not for us, we really don't have to worry about it. Our biggest job is to let it go, including the frustrations that came with trying to obtain it. Just let it go. It's not for you. You don't have to mess around with it. Okay. We have the letter D, H, R, and M. We have two medallions here, that of Leo. Well, we're in Leo season. Some of you might have some very strong Leo in your chart. And we also have Scorpio. Like I said, strong placements in your chart could be connecting to other seasons, might be important to you. And then we have the music symbol. Some of you, that's how you tune. Music is very important to you. Your profession, your hobby, or like I said, it's how many people tune. Like you could not imagine your life without music. That kind of thing. Okay, Capricorn honey, I hope this helped you. This was a great read. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations. This is excellent. Sometimes the good things just take time and we lose patience, so we focus on shit we can't have and trying to make it work. And you're like, no, stop doing that. And then you can see what's correct. You know, we got it, right? But I love it. I love that you got it. You got it. You're getting something beautiful and equal to you. It looks like your soulmate, if you will. But my favorite piece by far is how in the future you're sitting very comfortably, feeling where home is. You know this is shaping up. The two of you do. Four of Wands is here twice. You mirror each other quite well, but in the right ways. Okay, Kathy, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, what's up? Show me Scorpio. Yeah. Queen of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords. That's some think before I act energy right there. Yeah. Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Loving, balanced. Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. See? Gosh dang it. It started out thoughtful enough. Queen of Swords, Four of Swords, Knight of Swords. Taking your time on a particular topic, trying to make up your mind about it, direction specifically. So to be clear, you are going out of your way to contemplate something from a rational point of view. You're reflecting quietly, deeply, making up your mind, and then once your mind is made up, Knight of Swords, you decide to take action. Okay? Over here, Knights of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. There's something here you decide to balance with someone. There's heart space energy here. There's emotional energy here. Possibly romantic. I don't know. There is vulnerability, though, to some extent. But the idea is to balance it. The Six of Pentacles here. The feelings, balance the experience, exchange in some way that's emotional. Okay? But it's interesting. Prior to that, you had to make up your mind if you wanted to be there. Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. That's a lot of confusion. That's a lot of confusion. That's a lot of pain around this idea of stability and foundation, longevity, purpose, meaning, context in the greater scheme of things. Realistically, the greater scheme of things. So a lot of pain, a lot of confusion. I don't care for that. We'll have to take a look. Okay? Queen of Swords, Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Oh, hopefully it could be something that you are familiar with in terms of a cycle. Sure. It could be that you are connecting to this just to understand if closing it out is right for you or keeping it open is right for you. There's that as well. All right. The Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, and the Tower. Oh, gosh. Oh, that just exhausted me looking at that. There's three majors on a very simple idea. The Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, the Tower. You know, whatever the situation is, it comes back to you. And there is an expectation on your part that it would be healed by now. And it's not. Now, that expectation's either coming from within you. I thought I would have made more progress on this issue. Or you're surprised that when the issue, the circumstance, the person, or the situation returns, it hadn't made more progress. But there's something here about expectation and logical conclusions. I honestly thought this would have healed up by now, or it'd be a non-issue. But it's being returned to you because apparently it is indeed an unhealed situation. From your point of view, I believe you're saying, I'm surprised. I'm surprised this is coming up. I'm surprised this isn't healed for you. I'm surprised. It's like, I didn't think it'd be an issue for you, something like that. Or I don't think this situation, the issue in the situation would still be a problem. It's like time has passed. Temperance, the Tower, it's like you're being presented with opposing knowledge. So not only something coming back to you, it is unhealed, but you had this expectation that even if it came back in any sort of way or situation or circumstance, that it would be healed. You're like, it isn't. What the hell went wrong? Or what's going on here? And I believe that's why you're choosing choice. Knight of Swords, to take action in this direction. It's like you are surprised to find that this situation or person isn't doing well. That means you expected them to heal or the situation would resolve in some way, in and of their own right, or something like that. There's a lot in there, honey. That's, like I said, that's three majors over very simple ideas. So it must have been a heck of a thing for you to realize, oh, they're in pain. Oh, that situation, it didn't heal. I figured it would. You're looking at it so logically, it surprises you. It really surprises you. Knights of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. It's an interesting idea that you have there. You really thought it would, or they would. Okay. Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, the Star, Sun. It would mean a lot. This balance, this love, this something. Is it met in the 3D? Yes, I told you, I saw you choose to connect to it. You were surprised that it's hurt, or that it hasn't healed in some way. Because even though you take several moments to pause for yourself about what you're seeing and reflecting on, it's like once you make up your mind, boom, you're out. It's like, well, just in case it seems like they're hurt, or there is an assumption on your part that that situation or person healed. And that clearly you're receiving evidence to the contrary. What's interesting to me is your point of view, which suggests then you thought perhaps it would be easy for them, or that they didn't really care. Something like that. Because you thought it would be a non-issue. You honestly believed it would be a non-issue from that point of view. And from your point of view, it would be a non-issue for them. Anyway, I just want you to know that's complicated, and if I had more time, I would love to break that down further. I would love to. Because I'm battling against elements of time, karmic lessons, delusions, towers, and things coming back. It's a lot to unpack in a short amount of time. Okay? But hopefully I gave you the rough workings of it. Now over here, Knight of Cups, Two of Cups, Six of Pentacles. That's easy. That's super duper easy peasy. That's lovely. Okay? It's opening, it's expressing oneself, it's trying to get on the same page with somebody in a balanced way, in reality too. So I know you connect to it, and there's some vulnerability there. Seven of Cups, the Star, the Sun. I don't know what this is to you, but it actually means the world to you both. Well, it looks so simple there in real time when you're across the table from them or wherever you two are. But spiritually, what's going on is that this means the world to you both. We want to remain open. It's a sun and the star kind of thing. In other words, you both feel the happiness of it now or in that moment, and then a sustaining desire further out to continue on. Now, whether or not that happens, I don't know, but this is what's happening on the inside for the both of you in this spaces you can't see. It's like rockets are going off. But this is what's happening on the surface. Okay, an exchange, and it's a lovely exchange, and it's light, and it's manageable. Okay. It feels good. It feels supportive to you both. It feels warm to you both. You're both being very generous with each other. Kind. That's where that vulnerability is coming from. Okay? All right. Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. I gotta keep on. Because I am so tempted to, but I can't. It's like, you clarify for Scorpio. We only got the, yes, I will hear it. Yes, 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 I will hear it. Okay, I have 12 collective children, if you will, and they all want the same sort of attention. I hear you. But this one, this is a tarot reader's dream. It has the complexity in it. I would love to break that down further. That's the good stuff right there. All right. Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Swords. God, if you were a client, I'd be whipping out my crystal balls and my sage and shit, and I'd be all in there. I haven't scryed in a long time. Long time. But you know what I mean. Stuff like that wants to pull me into the zone. Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, again, Seven of Wands, and the Six, there it is again, the Six of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So, yeah, there's pain here, there's confusion. A fair amount of it, particularly where the stability is concerned for you two. And what does that mean? I told you, what you feel in the moment is quite powerful. You feel the warmth, you feel the generosity of spirit on both sides, comforting each other, reassuring each other about meaning, significance, and importance. And I told you there's that element of the star, which suggests further out, hopes and desires that are further out. The star is immediate, the star is out. It's further out there. And Ten of Pentacles, realistically, can convey some of that language in the 3D. It's there twice. Eight of Swords, that's where the massive level of confusion and pain is coming from between you two, was about the stability of the thing, context, meaning, and purpose. Was that ever really there? It was painful on both sides that we weren't a deeper subject matter in each other's worlds. That seems to be the unresolved piece. What's interesting to me is that you're confused. Why are you hurt? It's kind of like saying I was never really there in your life, and that was a matter of pain for me. That was a lot of unseen stuckness and frustration for me. I know my part of it, but why are you hurt by it? Well, they have similar owies too. So you both seem to have some sort of Ten of Pentacles attached to you in terms of meaning, context, weight, expectations of reality, what it is you provide every day that you provide it, what you're connected to and why, network and resources. But for some reason, somehow, it was a painful subject for you both that you were somehow both separated. You weren't really allowed to be part of theirs, take root in theirs, and vice versa. So from your point of view, then, perhaps that's why you're confused about why they hurt or they never really healed over this subject, is because there wasn't an allowance of proof to be in each other's lives. It's really hard for me to articulate this because your two's emotional connectivity and spiritual connectivity just seems so easy, and it's so beautiful. But when it comes down to how we walk, what shoes we wear, what we do, our activities, what we're connected to, you're saying that's the biggest portion of unknown pain. It's why we didn't have more meaning in each other's lives. Why didn't we allow that? And it's like, I didn't think you were hurt at all. I wasn't in your life. Because you honestly look confused. You really do. I don't think you were expecting to be caught off guard by this. And it's nothing clearly you can't handle, but you honestly did not expect the situation to come back, and two, for it to be hurt. And I can kind of see why you two, and the 3D, where the rubber meets the road, where physical counts for something. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Being available as a human being who has physical presence. That's where the biggest source of pain was, is that you both have ample stability, but not for each other. And that's as close as I can get to the fucking subject. Okay. Anyway, that Six of Pentacles showing up again. So, with caution, boundaries, I'm seeing boundaries here. Again, choice. You get to choose your level of participation. So I don't know who this is to you, but you're both choosing to act on boundaries. I will make more space for you if you make more space for me. And I tell you why we're focusing on the 3Ds, because that's what was always missing, or that was the greatest source of pain for you both. Was the actual be a body, a physical person in each other's lives. I got a foundation, you got a foundation. Why didn't we work that out? I don't know. But to be more of a space, more of a presence, right there. And there's boundaries. Okay, fine. Given what I've seen here, perhaps you're both protective of it, or this was always such a sticking point between you two. But the Six of Pentacles, there it is. It's like we can build into that. That can be worked through. Let's just be cautious, please, because it's a vulnerability piece for both of you. But other than that, this is flawless. You two have a way of making each other feel so fucking good just by being near each other. Why didn't that happen more? Why didn't that stabilize? Were the both of you just so darned busy? Well, perhaps. Clearly you got stuff attached to you, and they do as well. In terms of foundation, which is extremely occupying, extremely. Anyway, choice, new perspective. Yes, I see that. This surprises you a little bit. It's perspective you did not anticipate. Again, you seem to have made up your mind on this. They had nothing to heal. You know, if they want to be in their life, there it is. There's nothing for them to. Generous offer at some point to get together, to connect, to balance. Sure. And I see that happening. But there's perspective here. And then generous offer to actually do what we didn't do the last time or the first time. And that's be more of a presence in each other's lives. And that is a choice. And it has to be enforced for some reason by the both of you. But it's such a sensitive point for both sides. Attuned to the divine, new moon in Pisces. Some of you have some very strong Pisces in your chart, could be connecting to, or this season might be important to you. But yeah, there's new perspective. Clearly, I see that. And here's the thing, you are taking in that perspective very calmly. It's like, I was not expecting that. I didn't think there was anything for that situation or that person to heal over. Or that it would be an issue anymore, if it ever was. Not because you didn't care, because perhaps you thought from your point of view they didn't. Anyway, we have G, D, F, 2 U's. 2 U's, W, X, T. No medallions. All right. All letters today. Cool. All right. Scorpio honey, I hope this helped you. Like I said, this was very interesting. I do. When it looks like you're processing that data now. So we want to go ahead and say soon. If not today, then maybe yesterday or tomorrow. But yeah, you see you processing. Huh. That gave me something new to think about. And it does. And then you're like, okay. That's it. That's all you did. That's all you did. You went, okay. And then out the door. So again, I'm not telling you. You choose to. That's cool. If I saw anything too bad or outstanding here, I would advise against it, of course. But since I saw 2 people willing to work through the main knot, okay, the main issue, when it connects, it's easy. It's very easy in here. You both want it. It's the reality. So long as you 2 work through the biggest knot, I'm not going to discourage you. That's choice. Okay? All right. I hope this helped. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, what's up? Show me Pisces, please. Okay, the Fool. 2 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a second. All right, Temperance, the Hierophant, 4 Swords. Okay. Yeah, 5 of Wands, 3 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. I was chuckling a little bit because I know when a water sign is telling me, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And that's kind of what you're showing me. Fuck it, I'm going to do it. And that makes me chuckle. It does. I don't know if that's a good thing for you. I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing to you. I just know the immediate interpretation as well. I don't know either, so we're just gonna open up and find out. Because you've been going back and forth on it, and water signs, generally speaking, are not very good with the 2 of Pentacles. Scorpio is horrible with it. And And we can get lost to it because when you're a water sign, guess what? Naturally, you're going to have mixed emotions. It's just how developed you are as a water sign tells me, okay, yeah, but have you consolidated those feelings? Okay. The more underdeveloped we are, right, we'll go back and forth on a feeling forever and have no real conclusions, and that's no good. So sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's a good thing to roll the dice and just say, fuck it. And that's kind of what I see you doing, you know? So it's kind of better than sitting there and over-processing it. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? You're like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to my heart because that's what I do. I'm Pisces. I'm listening to my heart. Well, we'll see where the cards fall later. But for now, I just want to make a decision. Cool. Temperance, Hierophant, Four Swords. Whoa. Spiritual much? And some of you very much are spiritual. Temperance, the Hierophant, Four Swords. Woo. It's beautiful, though. Quality. That is some quality healing, my friend. Quality development of the spiritual self, core beliefs, things that you believe in. You rest on them. You reflect on them. You don't take them for granted and assume them to always be true. You're saying you are willing to change your core beliefs, which are not an easy thing. That's what the Hierophant is, i.e. commitment. So it's hard for people to kind of back down on their core beliefs. And you're like, I'm open to being flexible. I am. I'm willing to change. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to grow. Look at you. Sometimes it takes me a minute, but I will do it. I will not take anything I believe to be absolute truth if I receive something contradictory. So it's kind of like if I receive new information or new experiences and they shape me, I'll be open to that. I'm open to influence, so long as I understand it's right for me. So there's good stuff in there. There's a lot too. Temperance, the Hierophant, Four Swords. I would love to know what's on your mind or in your spirit. Hopefully you'll tell me. Okay. But it's kind of like my willingness to just say fuck it and open up. What does that tell me? Okay. Five of Wands. Three Cups, the Eight of Pentacles. It's not easy, but you're bringing something together. The intent is to make it function and to feel good about it. Okay? It's not easy, though. There's some resistance there. Given your kind of Zen energy, okay? Like you're the big Lebowski over here. I just, I don't think that resistance is coming from you. No, I don't. But nonetheless, you seem to be determined to connect with something and make it work, whatever that means. Okay? All right, the Fool, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. What's up? The Emperor, Judgment. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. Even you feel the pressure, honey. Oh, my. You're like, the time is nigh. This is my judgment. This is my time. This is my decision. I am empowered. Oh, so you've had some time to fiddle-faddle with this, whatever this is. And now you kind of like put your foot down and say, you know what, I'm declaring a decision. I need one. I want one. Now's the time. Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, the Emperor. It's like your soul is reaching out to do what it needs to do. It just doesn't want to stay locked in place anymore. So, yeah, you're kind of saying it in a big way, my friend. And your only real conclusion here is to keep your heart open. To do your best. What are you up to? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 majors right there. But it is your call. I know that. It's your call. It is 1,000% your call. It's your decision based on lessons and karma as you understand it. Okay? What is it you are meant to do here? It seems to me you should know by now if this is your reading. It's like you are either feeling that or you're not. Oh, you got some big old spiritual energy today. You know, it's like I got big spirit and I cannot lie. That doesn't sound as catchy, but that's what I'm looking at. Temperance, the Hierophant, Four Swords, the willingness to be flexible in your core beliefs, your commitment, and how you understand commitment. It's ultimately a permission, yes or no. What is it you say yes to? What is it you say no to? Your willingness to look at that about yourself and not take anything for granted. Okay, the willingness to be influenced, but positively. So long as it's good for you and you understand in some way it's good for you, you'll be open towards it. Gosh. We got some big old energies here. By the way, I think I saw, interestingly, your power card pop up right at the end of Scorpio's read. One of your power cards. And they had some powerful opening energies, completely different, but theirs was to receive unusual insight, and yours is to kind of act on what you understand is right for you, and then it's your time. But anyway, just in case you have any Scorpio in your chart, whatever, just perhaps check theirs out. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups. That's the one we've been going back and forth on, that Two of Pentacles. Flippity floppity. You know, after much due consideration, whatever it is you thought about that soul bond of the past, you're saying, I'm going to approach it differently now. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying it's on you. I'm not pointing a finger on you, say, to Pisces. I am saying this is that Pisces I'm looking at. It's your particular call to do anything about this. It's been with you for a while. If you feel like it's your time to rise and shine and make that decision, like I said, it is your call. It's been with you, and now the results are coming back to you. Just feel empowered. Open up from the heart. You'll be fine. Again, when in doubt, kind of like what you're showing me, fuck it. This kind of feels correct to me. Maybe that's all I know. Maybe that's all I'm supposed to know. And you take that, and you take that kind of Zen energy with you. Kind of just like being the dude here. Again, Big Lebowski. And it's like, I'm willing to change. I'm willing to be temperate. I'm willing to show passion. I'm willing to show compassion. I'm willing to show insight and healing and reflection. I'm putting this forward. So Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. You went back and forth about whether or not you should. Okay. But you're showing me at the end of the day, whatever this connection is, it's changed you. You see that? It's influenced you. You see that? You are strongly bonded to it. You see and feel that. You've thought about it 1,000 times. You have... Simeon, why are you being so dramatic? You hear that? Like, she sounds impatient. Like, yeah. Come on, she sounds impatient. Why are you making those noises? Oh, I know why. It's like, notice me. Notice me. I want treats. I want tummy rubs. Yeah, I'll get to you. Ace of Pentacles, Six. Yeah, I mean, there it is. This is what I want to put forward to the Six of Cups, and it's someone whom you've known, and you understand their influence on you, and that's why you were so undecided. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Opening up to this, is it a good thing or a bad thing? What do I know about myself? My core beliefs. In some way, this connection challenged them, but also helped redefine them. I'm not saying they're responsible for all your good work. No. That good work is still very much ascribed to you. What I'm saying is that they helped generate the process or start the process, and I don't know how long ago. Guys, I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune, I'm seeing Judgment, that Two of Pentacles, that shit can play out for a long time. For some of you, it's 2 years, upwards to 4 years. I know this, it weren't 2 days. All right? But it's something about this connection, you're deeply bonded to it. And while you might have found it confrontational in terms of your core beliefs and how you see yourself, perceive yourself, what you interact with and why, what you choose and why, that doesn't mean it was bad. It just means it was different. And it was the right kind of different. Okay? We're going to have these soul bonds. Sometimes they feed us appropriately. Sometimes they don't. You took a long, hard look at this one and you said, you know what? when I connected to it, I believe at the end of the day, the results are such is that it fed me appropriately. It taught me a lot about me. That's got to be a good thing, right? So I don't know. I don't know who they are to you. I don't know that they're a person of intimate value. I just know that they are of the past. And there are many things about that connection that challenged you probably a great deal. Your sense of empowerment and how you perceive that, your spiritual self and how you perceive that. You said, but it took time to see that that was a good thing, not a bad thing. This is the one you've been undecided about for so long and what to do with it, if anything. Once more, you're not obligated. You don't have to. I don't know who I'm talking about. You do. It's either your reading or it's not. That's it. And I don't know what that Ace of Pentacles entails. I have no idea. I have not a fucking clue. It's just an opportunity in some way that's directed towards this connection. Okay. 5 of Wands, 3 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. But yeah, you want to make this work in a realistic way, in a functionary way. But yeah, there's tension. And 5 of Wands. There's something about this connection, once more, that you find challenging. And you're probably receiving some sort of kickback from. Yeah. Two of Wands. 6 of Swords and the Ace of Wands. Okay. There's some sort of delay as this person kind of argues with themselves about to put energy into this, yes or no. So that's where it's coming from. Otherwise, I see it connecting. Gosh, I have to be honest with you. The initial... Sorry. The initial argument is kind of like a rebuff. I don't know if I should talk to you or put energy into this specifically. Thank you very much. And then, because there's a frustrating element attached to this connection, yes. It is challenging then on both sides. You challenge them too. 6 of Swords, and then they move away from that decision and come back to it. No, no, no. No. I can put energy into this. I want to. If you can do it, maybe I can too. Something like that. But the initial reaction was a rebuff. No. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. And then there's a turnaround almost immediately. So I don't even know if you're aware of it. You may not get an immediate response. In fact, I wouldn't expect one, no. But then the energy comes shining through. It's like, okay, I'm here. It's okay. It's okay if it takes some time for a response. Look at the time it took you to understand this is where you want it to be. Yeah, we got to do a better job managing expectations. I tell you why. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. Says soulmate. We really, really do. It's, for instance, I'm not a slave to my technology. I'm surrounded by it all day, every day. So no, excuse me, if I hear like the little chime sound, I got a message. Guess what? I get 500. Okay, I'm not Pavlov's dog. I'm not going to condition myself to respond to every single... You have to have some discernment. That being said, I have to be comfortable with the fact that I can't do Insta messages. It doesn't matter if it's business. It doesn't matter if it's professional. It doesn't matter, unless it's family that I can immediately identify. I'm probably not going to get back to it right away. It's just realistically not feasible. But a lot of... And I know that because I trained my brain. But a lot of people don't have that expectation. It's like they start salivating when they hear that chime, and they get mad. They get mad because their expectations aren't being met right there, right then. So I'm going to tell you right now, don't be that person, because look how long it took you to understand this was a good influence. I see that. It changed me. You changed them too, I promise. It works both ways. So no, if they do a little... I don't think I can respond. I don't think I can do this. They go forward, then they come back. Given what I've seen here, I think that's okay. Listen to your, because you went through it too, but for a while. All right, listen to your intuition. If that's an ongoing behavior, that's a different issue for another day. Big success, listen to your intuition. Yeah, listen to your intuition. It's a big success. Whatever it is you're thinking or feeling is correct. Yeah, we want to bring this together. And just make sure it's returned to you. There's some hesitation over that. Full moon in Virgo, take inspired action. Oh, yeah. Full moon in Sagittarius, see the bigger picture. And I think you have. Yes. Take inspired action. You might have some very strong Virgo and or Sagittarius in your chart. Could be connecting to. The seasons might be important to you. Oopsie. Water signs like always. I'm running too long with the letters K, L. We have the lotus flower. For some of you, the lotus flower is simply confirmation. Perhaps it's your favorite flower. The beautiful unfolding. You know, it doesn't always make sense on surface presentation, but time passes and things unfold beautifully. It's more in line with the spiritual concepts. Things make sense in time. Okay? All right. We have the medallion of Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini, of course. Pisces is a given, but you might have any of these other strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to their season, might be important to you. Okay, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Very interesting read. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Cancer, please. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Two of Swords. Okay. The Lovers, King of Cups, Six of Pentacles. All right. The Emperor, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. And you're not going to let it go anyway, so you might as well do something with it. Okay. Okay. Well, it's not a repeat of your in-depth, that's for certain, which I really struggled with as I articulated my thoughts verbally as well as in the pinned comment about keeping. But, yeah, no, this one's different. This is miles different. Eight of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Two of Swords. At first I was like, okay, we're going to talk about work today. And you're like, kind of work? Yes. In that respect of time, energy, and effort. The metaphor for work? Yeah. Because at first you opened up with Page of Wands, Two of Swords. Should I open up? Should I show this situation some energy? Be positive about it? Like, I don't know. Two of Swords. I'm like, maybe there's conflict at work, but as it were, you weren't putting energy into it anyway. Okay, it was the contemplation of it. Should I open up more? And then we look over here and it's like, should I make this work? Okay, the Lovers, King of Cups, and Six of Pentacles, and there it is again. So some of you have a strong appreciation for the reality, time, energy, and effort, resourcefulness actually spent in your emotional constructs and your relationships. And that's good because in many ways that helps me see somebody's sincerity about what they're willing to do. And you actually want to be very sincere with this. You do. The Lovers, King of Cups, Six of Pentacles. You do. You want to. I'm not telling you what to do. You're telling me what's up with you. From your heart, you want to balance with this strong connection. You really do. Not just in reality, but in the heart space. Okay? Keep an open heart towards it, and hopefully you can receive it in return. And ideally, that's what I would want for you as well. We see something like the Lovers and the Six of Pentacles. Yes, I want it returned to you from the heart, because you're talking about open your heart towards this. You opened up with, I'm contemplating putting energy into something to make it work, but I don't know if I should. And here's why. There's a lot of notes of importance here and intimate tones, and it's made a strong impression on you. And it works both ways, obviously. you've made a strong impression on them too. So I don't know what happened here in terms of why we have to contemplate putting work into it at all, but that's where you are. It either is or it isn't. I'm not telling you. It's either yours or it's not. The Emperor, Four of Pentacles, and Knight of Wands. And I'm like, you might as well do, because you have absolutely no intention of letting this go, whatever that means. Because you're like, that's not in my vocabulary. The Emperor, the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, I'm not letting this go. No. It's interesting because when it comes to this connection, you have this gorgeous, soft, loving, but balanced feeling towards this person. But individually, you're like, individually, you're like, I am, to take just an expression, I am the man. It's a strong saving face value here. My presentation is important to me. My sense of perception is important to me. My empowerment is important to me. It's important to me, you know, how I'm perceived and how I'm interacted with and what people think of me. And it's like, my presentation is important to me. My sense of empowerment is important to me. Okay? You're like Four of Pentacles, and you're like, I have absolutely no intent of letting this go. Knight of Wands. I still have strong feelings for this. I see that. So here's the thing I say about the Four of Pentacles more and more these days, it seems. We all hold on to things, sure. But we either work on or work through what we're holding on to. Otherwise, there's no point. It's just holding on for the sake of it. It's stubborn for the sake of stubbornness. That's what most people do with their Four of Pentacles. Just being stubborn about it. I don't want to let it go. That's it. For other people, it's because I'm holding on to this because I actually want to work through it. It's just, it's not always obvious and it's not easy. And sometimes it takes me a minute to figure out what that means, as we saw in your opening. Okay? So I'm glad you're doing something with it, because I tell you, honey, you have no intent whatsoever of letting this lover's connection go. It means a lot to you. Still does. I just heard Cigarettes After Sex. What is that one? That's a band. It's a great band. That's literally the name of it, Cigarettes After Sex. Nothing's going to hurt you, baby. But some of you are very protective of this connection. Spiritually, emotionally, I don't know. Physically, sure. That you kind of made that clear. I react a certain way to this person. Right here. And that's one of the things you don't want to let go of. It's so that's very unique to you. That is your specific experience. The love stuff, yes. The spiritual stuff, yes. But also that speaks to me, the passion, very specifically, and, well, that's that. It's really non-negotiable for the Cancer I'm looking at. Eight of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Two of Swords. Clearly, it's not just about that. But you have a very strong... when it comes to the sexual impression of this person and their energy, you're like, that's mine, though? I specifically react to them in a certain way. And I associate with them and just them. And I'm not parting ways with that. Ooh. Oh, who's a big boy? Or big girl. I don't know. You don't have to be a man, but you got that energy. That's very masculine. Like I said, anyway, I heard that song. What is it? Yeah, Nothing's Gonna Hurt You, Baby. Something protective, maybe. Eight of Pentacles. Page of Wands, Two of Swords. All right. Everybody's getting the Wheel of Fortune. I tell you what, I shuffle up these cards like you wouldn't believe. Everybody's getting hit with the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my. Four of Cups. Eight of Wands. Yeah, we are not happy with how the communication went down the last time we interacted with this. Not at all. It left a rather sizable gap in your sort of emotional resume with this person. It looks like it's been a very long time since we talked to this person. And even when we did speak to them last, there was an air of disappointment, a non-return. a combination of, I don't quite know. It's a bit spotty, the communication is, but overall, comprehensively over time, it's catching up to us about the communication, and it's not connecting. It's not connecting the way we want. It's not the line of communication we want with them. We want it to be open. We want those lines of communication back open and healthy and functioning. And you've thought about it. You've thought about it a lot over the years, what it looks like. And there is a sense of decrease in tone, accessibility, emotional availability, the willingness to participate, all that, okay, has gone way down between you and this person over the years, seasons, I don't know. You're saying the only way to fix that is to put more into it. And that's if I want to or understand that that's correct. Again, you need to understand if that's correct for you. But yeah, it's rolling up to you now, communication, what it's looking like now and where it's been, and we're unhappy with the words, but we still want the words to be there. We want them to exist. Okay, again, right now, this is all contemplation. You know that if you want to put work into this, you have to choose it and you have to be clear on it. But there's something about the past communication, you're looking at it now, that you're like, wow, I can see where it really started to unravel there towards the end. This is what was said, this is what was not said. This is where they were disappointed, this is where I was disappointed, and communication was quite disjointed. Seems like we never really had a fully comprehensive conversation with this person, the ways that mattered the most or counted the most. Okay. So that's a lot of contemplation, that's a lot of thinking, I understand, and that's with you more or less now. All right, the Lovers, King of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. Why is it about the summer? Well, in the Northern Hemisphere, it's summertime, July. Is something about this time of year that hits different for people, because so much... July? What about July? It doesn't matter if you're in the Northern Hemisphere or Southern July. What about July? Why is July important? That's when you knew something to be true. Not necessarily now, like this July, perhaps previous Julys. You knew something to be true. Or you felt it, or you figured something out. I don't know. Anyway, the Lovers, King of Cups, Six of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. You want this thing to stabilize. You do. Good news is that it shows up for you too, which is good. That's good. It shows up for you too. That makes me happy. It does. You want more of a fleshed out, full-bodied experience with this strong connection, not just the theory of it, not just the feeling of it, but an actual reality. Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. There's something about it where you need it in your life, like full-time. Yeah, full-time, but a hell of a lot more than where it's coming from. We went from it's very spotty, unhappy communication over the years to reality. So I don't know what the hell it is that you figured out. But it seems like once it's on, it's on. Now, mind you, I'm doing abbreviated tarot today. Okay, this is not in-depth. It would be very different. But it's like I said, it seems like between you two, once it's on, it's on. And it starts to stabilize quickly. And then build. A lot here. There's a lot here. Reality is appreciated. The sentiment is appreciated. The love is appreciated. The connection in and of itself is very much appreciated. Invested in. It's a strong, healthy investment there. I feel like you two bring a lot to the table, eh? A lot. You or your person here, strong providers, strong community, or a combination of the two. Okay, the Emperor, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Like I said, you said, I might as well do something with it because I'm not letting it go anyway, and I see that about myself. Good. That was a good thought to have. It was rational. If we always hold on to stuff, we'll never make room for new. My thing is that you didn't want new. You wanted this. Okay. I'd like to know the transition point between its contemplation and I see it now. I figured it out. I dialed it into, okay, it's on. I would love to give that a little more space right there. The Emperor, Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Four of Swords. Two of Wands, King of Wands. Oh, you're crazy about this person. You still are. You have so many interesting elements in you. You really do. I've seen earth consistently for you and fire. You are a strong poker face kind of person, but then you have very deep passion. Very deep. You find both of those elements to be consistently true within this lover's connection. And I can see why you've never let it go for that reason. I don't know how to summarize that, honey. This thing back here. It's like, I couldn't have it then. Okay. Did you really see that? Like, clear-eyed in the communication, but you're like, that's not my problem now. And you're right, it's not. You have such a power-forward mentality, and I respect that so much. You know who you are, you want what you want, you go after it, but it's like it was a great big gobbledygook of a mess stew pot back then. I see that. I wasn't able to put in the work back then either. Okay? Communication was all fucked. But that's not my problem now. Okay? And you're right, it's not. I don't know what allows for the transition. I really don't. I'm sorry, but also no, I'm not. Can we just take this? Can we take this and make it our truth, make it our reality? You live it. Four Swords, Two of Wands, King of Wands. You've already rested on the issue of passion. You're saying that's never changed. I'm as crazy about them as that's one of the things you held on to because you say it's so uniquely you or so uniquely fits you. And you've never seen that or experienced it in anyone else. Okay, that's fair. That was a stubborn point for you. It's like, no, that's mine. But I like how these very critical elements are lining up too. The passion was a no-brainer for you. And most likely a no-brainer for this connection. It's spring, upcoming spring. Might be important for some of you. Last spring might have been important. I did have a very strong reference to July, but something about spring might have been important. Yeah, vivid dreams in reverse, codependent. What is that important? Vivid dreams, lack of dreams, codependency, spring. You had to let go of a dream, it was unhealthy. For some of you, last spring, you let go of something. I don't see it as being related to this. Last spring, you let go of a dream, and it's something a little bit more on the side of codependent or devilish that I'm not seeing here today. Some of you might have done some purging, spring cleaning, but in a kind of a big deal way. But you let go of a dream. You're saying it wasn't a dream, it was a nightmare, or it was codependent, or it was false. And it no longer represents who you are. It was a bad dream. Like, that dream's over. Okay? Oh. New moon in Taurus, know your worth. Oh, you do. Where do you think all this is from? Is because someone who doesn't know their worth? Your two's history, communication, how things were built, okay. There's an admission there that was fucked. I see that now. Be like, I know what's real is what stayed with me and what I can do now. New moon in Taurus, know your worth, absolutely. Yeah. Is that you? But you both bring a lot to the table, I know that. Okay? It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But I like that admission right there to the end. Oh, I never let go of that feeling. No, 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 no. I knew that was special. Okay. All right. G, M, N, W, K. We have the Medina Virgo. Scorpio, Scorpio twice, and Dragon Aries. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to other seasons, might be in portion to you. Cancer. This was a great read and miles away from your in-depth, which still bothers me. I need to let it go, but it still bothers me. I just know somebody somewhere needed to see it. I wouldn't have kept it. I wouldn't have kept it otherwise. All right. I hope this helped you. At the end of the day, that's all that counts. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.